I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Salute, and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now swinging deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Oh, yeah, I told y'all, man. I'm finna get ready to make all the little shield billies and command me vote move blue no matter who crowd, or we finna piss them off tonight. Yes, we are, because we have a broadcast lined up full of facts here tonight. And just like I made it hard for anybody to argue with me during my last broadcast where I was going in on Command Me, I'm going to make it even harder tonight. Because, see, as we get closer to November 5th, all of us in New Black Media, no matter the size of our platforms, large or small, we want to make sure that we've done our part to give everybody the information they need, which you should already know if you're paying attention to more than just love and hip hop, entertainment, celebrity gossip, and all that other stupidity. Okay? The grown adult on code black folks are looking at policies, records, tangibles. Okay? That's what we're looking at. That's what we don't have time to deal with anything else but the facts over here. So for all the goofies that's on the, well, what about Trump though? Okay, yeah, all right. You can what about Trump all you want. We gonna talk about these dirty demonic Democrats because they're in power. And and I'm saying when Donald Trump win the election, if he's not doing right by Black America, then we'll criticize him just the same. Because look, for the goofies that are always talking about what about Trump when you getting on the current administration that's in power and the one that our people have voted for as a collective, not individually, for 60 plus years, they act as if, okay, you won't talk about the Republicans or Trump or whoever. And if you look at any of our platforms, we got a history and a track record of criticizing both sides. Yeah, look, let me tell y'all something else about that vote blue, no matter who shield Billy crowd. You need to understand something, family. It's going to be some people that you just can't help, okay? There's going to be some people that you just cannot help. There's just going to be some people that you just can't do nothing with. It's too late for them, okay? Don't get in no arguments with these people about anything. Don't get to, going back and forth with them. Definitely don't fall out with your family. Just if you're going to have a conversation about politics, just get their point of view on it. If they stuck trying to go with the vote blue, no matter who crowd or what have you, or they just can't fathom there's a third option, because sadly, a lot of folks just can't fathom that there's a third option, okay, which is the couch, then it's not worth getting into it with them, okay? Those of us who are on code, we find each other, and we going to move forward and get the work done, okay? So with that said, first and foremost, I hope everybody's doing well. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear in the chat room, family. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Give me a thumbs up. They're going to mess with this broadcast. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So for anybody to come in, man, they're messing with the broadcast. They always going to do that. I would be worried if they didn't, okay? Look what channel this is, all right? You know that when you come over here, you really don't hear what I'm saying from a lot of other people. No disrespect to them. A lot of people just not going to go in the way I'm going to go in. I push the boundaries all the way up to the edge, okay? So let me know loud and clear if you can hear me. I'm looking at the chat room. I see a few thumbs up. Let me make sure. Okay, good deal, good deal. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so with that said, before we get started, go ahead and greet my esteemed guests that I see in here in the building. I see Sandra Evans in here, the good sister Studs in. C. Phillips in the house. What's going on, good doctor? I see Melanated Tay in here, Tanisha Murdoch, Ferocious the producer, brilliant librarian, Patricia Jenkins, my good sister, Mrs. L. Salute to you and your husband. Seven Skills is in the building. Lakeisha Morehouse, Sidonian Snow. Let's see. I see AK Sour God in here, Only Pamela's Way. My good brother, John Guillory. My good brother, Lee Holmes. Scylla T in here, Blue J 3000. Charlie X. I see Netta J. What's going on, Netta Bug? Devin Haley. What's going on, sister? Brandon McCullough is in here. My good sister, Goddess Navi, is in here. Let's see who else. I don't miss anybody. Chief X Ali, I see you, my good brother. E. Foster's in the building. Charles Gibson, TBI. Let's see who else is in here. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Yusuf Ali. Salute and welcome to everybody. I see Melanin on code in here. Welcome to all of you. Anybody will be joining us in attendance tonight. All right, family. So as usual, you know that I'm going to start off the broadcast. A little something to pick up your spirits. Okay. First and foremost, we're going to have something that I'm a staunch advocate of. I'm a big believer in the Second Amendment. I tell everybody, been saying it for years, to practice your Second Amendment rights. We are in times now where even if you're the most peaceful, devout person to whatever religion you choose to believe in, you're going to have a way to defend yourself and your family. If we're in for some crazy times, the more that these little Mayo mutants numbers start to drop, we've seen their history. They're going to call themselves turning on black folks. And then on top of that, thanks to Uncle Joe, as some of the bisexuals call him, he's flooded this country with a lot of anti-black immigrants. So I'm going to tell you like this, it's better be judged by 12 than carried by 6. With that stated, we're going to introduce the first sponsor here. It is something that I want all of you to add to your home defense collection. Without further ado, we're going to get started.
Gorillas, rock choppers, and drug figures. We bust shots and slugs on hot blocks with thug figures. I'm done talking, I come walking, charm stalking. If it's beef, I shine in the dog and I keep my gun sparking. What is the dirty? We young figures, love pickers. We don't stunt in front with ya. We hunt and come hit ya. Yeah, like Craig, me and Steve Mob run this. We go toe to toe and in the world and tell them Sean done this. They got me laughing and joking, pistol blasting and smoking, mashing, asking for action while they gagging and choking. Yeah, it's real, boy. Them big boy be thug line. You best watch your feet on the mat and step into the southern house. Slick from beer goers and tight clothes. Hair weaving micros. Beer boys and smoke. Weak bodies, bow ties. Quick rain and flip flop. Dank stankin' and zip locks. Stitches get stitches, finding bitches with lips locked. We filthy boy, we nasty boy, we dirty. You beef with we, you be deceased. You heard me? Cotton pickers and roddy figures, we taking over. We fear boys, we soldiers, represent Georgia.
The dud, boys, real in the field, it's the dud, the filthy, nasty, dirty, the dud, boys, real in the field, it's the dud, the filthy, nasty,
Benny Bowler, they zoomed out like that low down, nasty, filthy fella from the field, dedicated to Southern housing, and better make a meal, the Southern way, no other way, there's no better way to live, by intimidate so they will, white team need to go real, touch the crumb for your station the bomb, but the bass in the drum, while you blazing the gun, it's too dirty, ain't no blaze in this bum, represent the place where you from, the gritty Benny player, Suburban's on 20s player, clean me when I'm grinning player, voting red, bald heads, face, frozen black, with watermelon, pecan and peaches.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That is the U-235 Armory M22 combat shotgun. And I have two myself, and I actually have the 30-round drum attachments for both of them, because if you need crowd control like no other, that is the go-to weapon. That is a workhorse of a shotgun. Okay? Let me tell you something. You've seen all the features that it has on it. It's affordable. Yes, ladies, it's affordable for you too. Because if you're the type of person that will go and spend hundreds of dollars on your hair, you need to spend hundreds of dollars on some self-defense. Okay? These crazy times we're living in, everybody should have surveillance for your home and a way to protect yourself if you need be. And ladies and gentlemen, I just have a highly esteemed guest in here. I'm going to call him a grandmaster teacher, even though he's humble. He may reject that term. We have the good elder, the Baba of Truth, 1948 in the house. Barbara's son live. Please go subscribe to this elder's channel. I've said it many times before. He gets a lot more out as far as wisdom in between 3 and 5 minutes than most people do in 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. Okay, elder, if you will, good brother, would you please put a link to your channel in the chat room? Okay. Please do put a link to the channel in your chat room, in the chat room there. You are always welcome over here. So anytime you come through, feel free to drop your channel link, man. I do not mind, because that's what it's all about in these spaces. If there's people out here, that especially that are elders like yourself, a true elder that can teach the people, I want people to know about you just in case they don't. So if you don't know about Barbara's son, you should. And AK Sour Guy, my brother, I'll say it again for you. It's the U-235 Armory M22 combat shotgun. My brother, I love you to life, but y'all got to start paying attention. We are in times where attention to detail is going to be critical. Right there on the screen, my brother. And I love you to life. I ain't picking on you, but hey, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Okay? So, I got one more thing here to brighten your day before we get into tonight's lesson here. I want to make sure that my people are actually, having some type of enjoyment in your life, because we discuss serious subject matter over here, but we deserve to have some laughter too. So, in honor of one of our other Grandmaster teachers, okay, one of our icons, did the best he could for Black America. Want to show you something else here that I find quite comical. A lot of y'all liked the last broadcast, so I'm going to play it one more time here for y'all before we get started tonight.
Good morning. May I take your order, please?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Oh, it's only right to be at the Martin Luther King Drive, Biscuitville on this morning.
May I take your order?
Can I get a number 3, please, on this morning?
That's the number 3. What's your side and drink?
Let me get a hash brown and let me get orange juice with that, please.
Anything else for you today?
Oh, I had a dream last night. I want a number 4, please, on this morning.
All right, that's the number 4. And what's your side and drink?
Let me get some grits with that. You gotta have grits on this beautiful Martin Luther King Day.
And what kind of drink for you today?
And let me get orange juice. You never go wrong with OJ. And I'm talking about the drink.
Anything else for you this morning?
Make sure I have grape jelly on the side, please.
No problem. Anything else for you?
Oh, that's it for me today. And I had a dream, and the dream has come true on this morning.
All right, Mr. King. It's on me 11:29.
My God, that's a lot of money. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man, I thought that was funny the first time I saw it, man. And rest in power to our good brother, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The man did the best he could, what he had. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people love to quote his speeches, but they don't like to quote the one where he was talking about coming to get our reparations. Oh, but that's okay. That's what New Black Media is for, to remind you. And ladies and gentlemen, I put the link to the Elder Barbara Sons channel in the chat room. Please, please, please do yourself a favor. I always tell you, don't take my word for it. When you get a chance, go over there and check the elders' content out, especially if you've never been over there. You will find a lifetime of wisdom in that elders' channel. I check him out all the time. Okay, I don't care what it is. He has a range of different subjects that he covers, and he gets straight to the point. No sugarcoating. And I'm going to tell you right now, for me, I got to say it, Elder. Should the Lord bless me to make it to your age, I hope I have the fighting spirit and the wisdom that you have. Very sharp, brother. Very sharp, brother. So please do yourself a favor and go subscribe to his channel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, got to make sure that we start this thing off right here before we get into tonight's lesson. Salute and congratulations to all the Black excellence, the Black American excellence at the Olympics, even though the Olympics had some demonic stuff going on and I didn't watch it, but I couldn't help but hear about the victories that all these beautiful Black Americans achieved on the screen right here. Salute to every one of them. They represented our people proudly, okay? And that's exactly what we're all about. Every one of us in this chat room that descends from the lineage, okay, or foundational Black American Freedman, we have excellence in our blood, and this is what we do. Because, see, here's the thing why it's extra special when we achieve. When we achieve, it's in spite of all types of sabotage, cheating, and everything that you can name, and we still rise to the occasion. We've seen examples of people where, okay, if there's a Black competitor, and even if the competitor is from America, the so-called white Americans here will cheer for the white person of another country against us. Now, they always talking about patriotism. What's patriotic about that? If we your fellow Americans, why would you cheer for the other person because they're white? But see, we know why. They don't put anything above their whiteness and that white supremacy, okay? So nonetheless, we don't care about that. we still shine. We are God's people, and we are excellence personified, just like you saw on this screen. So I had to go ahead and give congratulations to them. Salute and much love to all of them. They represented us very well. Your people are very proud of you. So I wanted to make sure I gave them that acknowledgement. The other thing we got to take care of here, but we get on into it. Oh, yeah, we got to go here. Oh, yes, we got to go here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you can see on the screen the right-hand side of what I have up there very clearly, because if you cannot, I will enhance it. Let me know. I want to wait on some confirmation for that. Can everybody see the information on the right-hand side of the screen very well? If not, I will be enhancing that so that you can see it. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can see it. Or if not, let me know that I need to make it bigger. Okay? Because see, I saw about this right here. Oh yeah, you know I saw about this right here. Let me point the first thing out about it, all right? The woman on your screen, Adama Nuhu Diallo, okay? This, for a lot of people, because I saw some mistaken information, and not to down anybody because people make mistakes, but let me correct it because I'm a very well-traveled man. This is not a West African. This is a Somali, okay? She's East African. I recognize the features. I recognize the accent. I'm not going to play the video. Y'all already seen it. This is an East African woman. She's not from West Africa, okay? I've been all over the continent. I know the difference between West Africans and East Africans. That accent with the way she was speaking, the way she's looking here with her features, her dress, her attitude, this is an East African. Let me tell y'all something right now. This joker is dangerous, okay? Let me go ahead and let you know right now why this is dangerous. See, when we speak of anti-black racism, the first thing that comes to mind, rightly so, would be the white supremacists. Oh, no. Unfortunately, not all. But enough for it to be a problem. Some of these tethers that come over here from the continent and the Caribbean, not all, because we got brothers and sisters over here from all walks of life, and y'all know what I'm talking about, the tether class, not all Africans, not all Caribbean people. I'm not one of the people that be like, man, fuck all the Africans, fuck all the Caribbeans. I don't do that stupid shit. That's very ignorant. I'm a well-traveled man, and I have sense enough to know to judge people by individual basis instead of blanket statements. This is a perfect example of what we mean when we say the tether class, though, like the Candace Owens of the world, okay? This is very dangerous because when you're in the medical field and you're responsible for caring for people, if you got this disdain towards Black Americans, we got to make sure you lose your job, baby. So this is the information on the screen here. A lot of us have already been making calls and trying to get business taken care of, and we're going to stay on your neck. Because, see, let me tell you something, man. If you over here and you got that kind of hatred for my people that made it possible for your sorry ass to come over here, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you right back what you give my people. Because you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us. White folks didn't want no other people that was non-white in this country before our ancestors went and fought for that with that 1964-65 Immigration Act, okay? And looking back in hindsight, a lot of us are starting to regret that because, hell, we'd have been better off just fighting the white supremacists with the numbers we got. They did that in good faith thinking, say, we don't have much, but let our brothers and sisters from other places come on over here. And hey, that'll be extra numbers for us. We can all share what we got, work together. In the beginning, that's how it was. We have writers like, the Kwame Therese, all right? The Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, Grandmaster Teacher, okay? That we all revere, even though he's not FBA. That brother right there was a writer for all Black people, okay? He wanted the best for everybody. I can name so many more that came over here in the spirit of trying to help people, the Marcus Garveys. But what happened, unfortunately, once people started to get over here, it started to get a little weight up on them, and they decided to side against us with the white supremacists, the people that actually, ironically, devastated their homelands, but they come over here and have such hatred for us. See, when I saw this bag of dog shit saying what she said, the first thing that came to my mind is the first thing that comes to my mind when I see any of them from the continent and the Caribbean talking about us like that. I'm like, bitch, you got all this smoke for us, but we had never invaded your country with no armies and devastated your homelands and left your people in destitute straits or put sanctions on your nations. We hadn't done that. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Whether it was Ethiopia foundational Black American men going over there to help fight. Okay, John C. Robinson, the Brown Condor. If you don't know who he is, look him up. I mentioned him many times on this channel. He was the one that went over there and taught them how to fly aircraft so that they could build up an air force and fight back. Okay, I could be here all night naming the contributions of the time that we have gone around the world helping people out. We don't go to conquer no damn body. Okay, David Fagan, brother in the United States military and the army. He went down there during the Philippines where they were just slaughtering the Philippines, which they call them the N-words of Asia, slaughtering them wholesaling because we are a compassionate people. This brother actually turned on the United States military to help them fight back. And he lived and died of old age down there. They could never get to that brother. And then you go down there in the Philippines today, they have a slur for us called sunog, which is the equivalent of the N-word. See, we're getting tired of putting our necks out for people. And then when you come over here, you got all this disdain for us when we've done nothing but try to help your ass. So this is why the delineation movement is in full swing, and it's not going nowhere anytime soon. I could, man, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know this channel. I can walk you down chapter and verse history of where foundational Black American freedmen, men and women, have gone above and beyond, even against this country's wishes, to go help these people that show such hatred for us, like this bag of dog shit right here, because I don't call it a human being. Let me tell you something about GBS. When you dehumanize my people, I don't have nothing but the same thing for you. I don't believe in that you dehumanize my people and I'm going to show you love. Nah, the hell with that. Those days are over with because we see what that's gotten us. When you see the apartheid that was going on in South Africa and arguably still going on today, it's just in a more subtle form. Who you think was stomping for our South African brothers and sisters to get their freedom over here? From Black entertainers to everybody on the street. What's the word? Johannesburg, okay, H-Rap Brown, everybody. They were saying, hey, man, if you going to do them like that, then it's fuck you too. Because we used to look at you as a part of us. And then for you to bring your ass over here and be in the medical field with that kind of disdain, I got a message for you. Adama, take your piss poor ass back to the fuck where you came from and go be successful over there. We tired of you eating off our plate and then you gonna think about it, family. Let me put in this context because I'm pissed off about this. You imagine if somebody come to your house and they starving, they don't have nothing to eat, okay? You may not have much, but you say, you know what? Hey, that's a fellow brother, sister, another human being. Hey, I'm gonna share with you what I got. They put the first bite of food in their mouth off of your plate that you cooked, your hard-earned money. You probably got kids. And then they spit it out and have the nerve to leave your house and talk about how bad your food tastes and then just talk about everything in your home. Like you ungrateful motherfucker, you. Let me tell you something. We ain't no more free handouts of plates from the kitchen. You on your own. You're going to have to carry your own weight. And I'm going to say it again to be clear. I'm talking about the tether class. I know that's not all continental Africans. I know that's not all Somali people. I met some cool Somalis. But this is a problem y'all going to have to check. Those of you that are over here that actually understand the history that it was my ancestors that sacrificed to get you here, you better get your people, man. Because if we have to get them, hey, we coming for jobs and whatever else need to be had. Because see, I'm going to say this. I'm not advocating for it. But if you keep this type of bullshit up, it's going to be it's just a matter of time for somebody to start putting hands and feet on your ass. This shit is going too far. You don't come to somebody else's house and be disrespectful and then think it's not going to be no damn consequence. Because it would be the same thing if we went over to their homelands. And when we go over there, we don't go over there to disrespect them. We don't go over there telling them what they shouldn't have. We don't go over there talking about, ooh, I'm going to stay away from these people. How you look coming to somebody else's homeland and talking about you going to stay away from them? Now, that don't bother us. You can stay where you want to stay. You just not going to undermine us either. And you're not going to be disrespectful. Okay? So I'm just letting it be known now. Hey, just keep it up. You're going to get what you're looking for because, see, those in my generation, we don't have tolerance for it, but I'm going to tell you who have even less tolerance for it. The younger ones in our generation. Oh, boy, let me tell you something. They're not playing the radio with that bullshit. Especially now with the damage that Jim Crow Joe has done, inviting all these illegal aliens over here. You keep up with that little disrespectful shit. A lot of them, like her, they don't even realize what time it is right now because I saw the video and they was arguing back and forth with her and all of that. you got lucky, because I know some black folk, they'll be like, oh, now we ain't finna record nothing. We gonna give you what you're looking for. And look, I'm not telling anybody to do it, but I'm just saying, we know our lineage. We got people that, okay, you want to play that game? Because, see, I'm like this. I got to go here. If you're going to do it, don't do it in their place of business where they got all the access. Catch their ass, hey, catch them lacking somewhere. Yeah, I'm saying it. It need to come to that. You're going to have to learn that you're going to respect the house that you in. I don't give a damn what you like or don't like. You're going to respect us. You don't have to like me to respect me, but you're going to do it in my homeland. You damn right you are. So I just want to make sure everybody got that information. Okay? Hey, look, get the car. I've been calling. We going to do everything we can to get you about the paint. Because, I mean, we're not going to have these people in medical positions like that. That's dangerous, man. You got that kind of attitude towards us? Oh, no, you got to go, baby. And then, look, I want that license, whatever you practice in medicine in, I want it permanently revoked. See, we got a lot of work to do out here on the black grassroots, family. This is why we don't have time to be playing. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started here with what we got to review. Oh, yeah, we're going to get started. Because, see, family, I want to remind you of this picture. We're going to go deep tonight. All of those executive orders that old Uncle Joe, as they call him, signed up there to the... Think about it. This was like damn near about, what, maybe 2 or 3 months after he got inaugurated. Executive orders signed up taller than he is at that desk. Not one of them for Black America, okay? See, you goofy Biden sexuals, you sit up here and gave this man your vote, ran to the polls talking about we got to get Trump out, as if we didn't survive the Trump administration. All of us are right here surviving. We were better off under that economy than this one if you really want to just look at the hard facts, and we're going to look at them tonight. Let me tell you something. How do you feel now that you've been played, and as soon as this man got in office, this is what he started doing for other groups? Not one thing in there specifically for black folks. Where they get these dummies at, they still falling for the minority term, which if you use that term minority, that doesn't mean that black folks will get anything. In fact, black folks won't get anything when they say minorities. Everybody else that's white adjacent, they get the double dip and say, I'm brown 1 minute, or I'm East Indian, then black 1 minute, like come at me, okay? And then they're also classified as white? Don't you know how stupid you got to be to actually sit there and devalue yourself where you say, okay, I'm going to be the mule for everybody else, but I'm not going to get nothing out of it for my vote. See, we tried to tell you. But see, we got to look at some things here. We're going to get started examining Old Commandment, okay? Because, see, I told you, I'm finna put my foot on her neck tonight. It's not coming off no time soon, or they're going to be crying mad by the time this one is over. And let me tell you something. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it again. Family, I don't care who use anything from my channel. Hey, just put your own commentary to it. If you find value in something that I present to you, that's what it's all about. I present information for the purpose of teaching and empowering my people. I don't care who uses what from my channel, okay? You're probably going to want to use a lot of this here tonight to shut some of that foolishness down. Let's get started, because I want y'all to take notes on this. I'm finna give them a reason to be mad tonight with nothing but facts.
To the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right?
The Caribbean nations, island nations, in the Western Hemisphere. That is where the Caribbean is. We are also in the Western Hemisphere. They are our neighbors. I am here, standing here on the northern flank, on the eastern flank, talking about what we have in terms of the eastern flank. I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been, you know?
Space is exciting.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree that there are things and tools that are available to us to slow this thing down.
We will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges, and to work together as we continue to work.
Do you ban plastic straws?
I think we should. Yes. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. It's really difficult to drink out of a paper straw when if you're just, like, if you don't gulp it down immediately, it starts to bend. Yes. And then, you know, the little thing catches it. And then, you know, so we got to kind of perfect that one a little bit more. Do you know, okay, a bit of a history lesson. Do you know that the women's teams were not allowed to have brackets until 2022? So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's, first of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence.
Yeah, there you have it, family. This is the moron that they want to be the next president of the United States, okay? Y'all saw that. I put you through that torture for a reason because, see, it's one thing when you deem somebody to be a moron, and I'm not being polite with it because this woman is an idiot. The only skill that she has is laying on her damn back. Yes, I said it. I don't give a fuck who get mad. Flat backing is this bitch's only skill. I'm saying bitch because she locked up countless black men and women with no concern and feeling, and we gonna get deep into that here tonight as well. Oh yeah, I told you, boy, we gonna slow roast this piece of shit. Let me tell you something, man. When you got an idiot like that, you have to put all that stupidity in a reel just like that and let people see this is what you're really voting for. See, let me ask you a question. Off of what I just showed you, and there's much more. I wouldn't even have time to get into all of it here if I would just show you how stupid this woman actually is. How many of you will actually feel intelligent voting for that? Well, what I just showed you, I want to ask a question. Are these participation time? Oh, yes, it is. I want to know, is there any, and I'm not going to jump down your throat. Hey, what your answer is your answer. Some of you might say yes. How many of you would feel intelligent voting for a woman that exhibit that type of behavior to be the leader of the nation? Is there anybody in here that can say, yeah, you know what? I got confidence in that to handle all the affairs that a sitting United States president will have to handle? Now, let me be clear. I am not saying that there's no woman that can't do it. I'm telling you, this one isn't fit to do it. Oh, yes, I'm saying that. This one is not fit to do it. This one ain't. Okay? I just want to know, is there any brother or sister in here that will feel intelligent voting for what I just showed you? Oh, because I'm not done with Commandment by Sight. Oh, no, I'm not. We are just getting started cooking over here tonight. Let me tell y'all something, man. This broadcast right here is going to be one for the books. It's going to be one you're going to want to refer other people to. And it's one you're going to want to come back and take notes about. Because, see, let me show you something. Let's get on further into it, right? Because he always laughing like the damn Joker, okay? Cackling all over the place when nothing is funny. Let me ask this question before I play this. In this economy right now, no matter what walk of life you come from in my chat room or no matter what profession, is there anything funny about the economy right now, family? I want to ask a question. Is there anything funny about the economy right now, no matter what state you live in? Hey, look, I don't know. So it might be some billionaires in the chat room like GBS, you tripping, man. It's cool in the gang. Everything is funny. I'm good. So if you're a billionaire, hey, you don't count. You got it like that. I don't ever know who watching, okay? You know what I'm saying? But now for you average people, the average people, and I'm not putting you down because, yes, a lot of you know my background. I'm not some person that only rubbing wooden nickels together. I just don't brag about what I have because a stroke of a pen and a system of white supremacy can take everything I have, and I'm humble enough to thank the good Lord for everything that I have, okay? So I'm not trying to put myself above anybody, just making that statement because, you know, you get some people, well, GBS, you doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good, but are my people doing good? That's what counts. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't want to be the only one doing good. I want all my people doing good. So from what I see in my chat room, everybody that I'm seeing so far is saying, oh, ain't nothing funny about this economy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad that you answered that question right there because, see, there's someone else that thinks the opposite of what you think in my chat room. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Somebody thinks that it's very funny when asked about the economy. So I'm going to play something here. And I'm going to give some critique when this little laughing imitation female version of the Joker gets further into what she's about to say. Oh, let the good times roll.
Hear about issues affecting their lives, like the economy and the border. Should the campaign be pivoting on its messaging?
So there's no doubt that one of the first issues that anyone will think of is the issue they think of when they're at their kitchen table trying to pay their bills, which is how is the economy treating them? So there's no question whatsoever that that is an important issue, which we have been in the process of addressing, and we still need to do more. I would not separate that from the issue of what is at stake in terms of hard democracy. And frankly, I think most people don't think of it in the context of democracy as much as freedom. The freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body. The freedom.
Now, family, what have I always taught you all over here? When somebody's telling you what the problem is that you're experiencing, that you don't need them to recount to you what you're going through. What have I told you about people that tell you about the problem that you're going through and they don't talk into solutions? This shit was so disrespectful. And I'm going to tell you right now, if Donald Trump and his team got any sense, oh boy, I would ride this. Oh, I would ride this in that debate that's coming up. I would ride it till the wheels fall off, because really, the only thing Donald Trump got to do, and I'm not supporting Trump either unless he comes with some tangibles, okay? Nobody's coming with no tangibles. It's Couch Chillington for me. But I'm just speaking as a matter of fact. If I was an advisor to them, I would say, listen, two things you need to stick to: the economy and this damn illegal immigration, and get your boy J.D. Vance's mouth under control and be like, listen, you don't make any commentary in the media unless you check with me first. Damn it, I run this ship, and we not going to sink it because you got a reckless mouth. He need to get his boy J.D. Vance under control. And see, I'm going to tell you something else. What will actually put a nail in the coffin for Kamami? Donald Trump, you and your team, and I know some of your people listen to this broadcast. I know they all listen to our broadcast over here. We caught them. We know who you are. Just because you don't say that, don't think we don't know. One of you needs to tell Donald Trump that if he really want to get to smoothing things over with Black America and get more of the Black vote, he needs to come on out and apologize for the statement and the article that he made regarding the Central Park 5. Go ahead and do the right thing and apologize, and point to the First Step Act that he already did and when he was in the presidency last time, which did get a lot of Black people out of jail, and point to that, hey, listen, this is what I would tell him. I'm like, go ahead and apologize and just say, hey, look, I'm going to build on making amends for what I did. I was wrong. I've grown from what I know now. And I'm going to, unlike Joe Biden, who did the crime bill and didn't do anything to undo the damage, my First Step Act actually undid some of that damage where he mass incarcerated Black people. So I'm going to work on making amends for what I did then and going forward to make sure that Black people who are wrongfully convicted either don't go to prison or have a fair chance to get out of prison with compensation. If that man come out and say something like that, he would get a lot more of the Black vote than a lot of people would think, because it's all about doing the right thing, okay? So now back to old Kamami here. Look how she pivoted from the economy, kitchen table issues, and listen to what she started talking about. The right to murder children. I'm not mincing no words, because that's what you're doing. You a damn serial killer if you want to have the right to murder innocent children in the womb. Outside of the three normal reasons, and I don't have a problem saying it over and over. A lot of people don't like to do that. I will. If it wasn't a life-threatening pregnancy, if it wasn't incest or somebody forced themselves on you, you have no right to take the life of a child. If your funky ass is walking around here breathing, you and the sorry bastard that you made the child with, the child deserves a chance to live too. I will always be staunchly pro-life with the exception of those three things that I just said, okay? So that has nothing to do with the economy. The old saying in politics, what, family? Is the economy stupid? And she is definitely stupid, okay? This right here alone, if Trump actually had some real genuine Black people over there on his campaign that wouldn't ass kissers, man, I would come in there, man, with a serrated, targeted strategy to say, listen, everything that she's saying up here, she's sinking her own ship. All we got to do is just magnify it. Because, see, let me tell y'all something, man. there's different ways to fight wars, all right? I want you to understand that, especially if you're a young black person listening to this broadcast. And one of the greatest gifts that can be given to you when you're engaged in any type of battle with an opponent is a stupid opponent. Because what you do with a stupid opponent, you feed them more of what they need to destroy themselves. And all she needs is airtime. Why do you think that this moron has been hiding? And because they know she's stupid. They're like, hey, don't say too much because you only good at flat backing. Look, watch this. If I made some people mad, I can prove what I'm saying. Why do you think she had to have Megan Thee Stallion come out there while she was trying to talk politics? Because that's what she knows. Look how she got to where she is. She's a turbo thought. Outside of that, she doesn't know anything. She doesn't. I'm going to cut even further. Hold on. Let me dip this blade of truth in some lemon juice and put salt on it. I want you to feel this. We finna go here with it. Let me tell you something. Without what I just said, then why is it that she's hiding and not doing any sit-down interviews, even with friendly networks? Because, see, let me tell you what the cold-blooded strategy is with the Democrat Party. A lot of y'all probably think that, yeah, they behind Commandment. They want her to win. No, they don't. Let me break something down for you. Let me talk to you about warfare and politics and life and actual chess moves. Because you know a lot of idiots use the term chess move and they don't know what a chess move is. Let me tell you what a chess move is. Let's break this thing down and make it simple before I let this idiot continue insulting you, the American public, that she wants to get the vote from. See, Joe Biden is a very weak man, okay? He's very incompetent. Stomped down hardcore white supremacists, anti-black racists. He said the same thing about Trump, all right? In Joe Biden's case, he did something that really none of the Democrats wanted them to do. See, with Barack Obama, he was their boy, okay? He was a little half white man, okay? Basically what he was, a little white man with a tan. They knew he wasn't going to buck the system, okay? What they never wanted to do, especially white women, I'm going to break this all the way down from the arrow to the zero where a fifth grader can understand it. White women especially never wanted to see another woman get that close to the presidency than them. You think they're not still pissed about that? Because like I said, they're going to quietly, even the Democrats, they're going to go vote for Donald Trump to make sure she doesn't beat them to that. White women are actually that petty. You better study their history. Furthermore than that, they had to rectify the mistake that weak beta male Joe Biden, little punk ass, he's senile now, and I don't have no remorse for him for what he did to my people. He can go straight to hell. I hope whatever's tearing his ass up in his memory, finish the job. May the ancestors double down on your ass just like they did Mitch McConnell, okay? They had to correct his weak mistake by placing this heifer in office because they're like, hey, man, just because she's a tough opponent, the way you get rid of her is not to draw her in, because now it would be one thing if you drew her into a congressional seat, a Senate seat. You don't put her next to the presidency. So that's really why they kind of resented Joe Biden, to be honest with you. And when he started losing his damn mind, they was like, yeah, this is our chance to go ahead and turn on him. So let me go ahead and show you why they don't like Kamala. Because a lot of people are like, what you mean? She's the vice president nominee and all of this. Oh, no. See, when you want to get rid of somebody stupid, because in the chain of command, the vice president would be up next. Now, they should have held a primary and let people pick who they want to be the Democratic nominee. But hey, hindsight is 2020. That's neither here nor there. We're past that now. What they're going to do is say, nope, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and make sure we get rid of this bitch. We'll let her take her stupid ass up against Donald Trump, who is going to shred her to death. If he sticks to the issues that I just said, she is done. Because all she knows to do is start laughing. And mark my words, family, how many of y'all want to bet during that debate that she bust out cackling? Oh, boy, she do the cackle. If she does the cackle in the debate, it's going to be just like when Howard Dean did the scream. Remember that? He was doing pretty good. He was like, yeah. And white people like, okay, this ain't the guy. This ain't him. Mark my words, she do the cackle, it's a wrap. But see, they're putting her up against Donald Trump because they know she's not really going to be able to beat that man head up. So now you say, well, I still don't get it, GBS. This gets her goofy ass out the way permanently. Think about it. When she loses this election to Donald Trump, she's done in politics. Where's she going to go from there? Let me explain why I'm saying that. A bitch like that with that attitude, flat back your way to the top. You it's cute to you because you're stupid and you got simps that'll put you where you're not supposed to be. She's not gonna downgrade and go back to the Senate. She damn sure don't want to go to the Congress. All that's lower than vice president. She actually wants to be the president, as unqualified as she is. So now she's damn sure not gonna accept being a mayor nowhere. It's over. You hear me? She's done. Now, here's the consolation prize. Boy, let me make you bisexuals feel extra double dip stupid. The consolation prize is she doesn't get to keep all of Joe Biden's campaign finance money, but all the money that she raises through her personal website, pay attention, all this money that you already given a multi-millionaire, and her husband is a millionaire, okay? So by extension, she is also, in addition to everything that she's collected by flatbacking, she gets to keep all of that. There's not going to be a refund of that when this bitch lose the election. I got to put on the Fred Sanford voice. You big dummy. Lament you big dummy. You gave this woman all this money and you struggling. For those of you that are struggling in this economy, you giving out. And look, it would be one thing if she said, hey, look, because this, I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever decide to do a fundraiser for something, in my opinion, the brother Tariq Nasheed set the bar with Kickstarter. If I ever did a fundraiser for something, I would say, hey, look, this is the goal, and we hit the goal. If we don't, everybody get their money back. I think that's honorable because that shows that you have good faith by the people. And hey, if you don't hit the goal, people don't believe in you, hey, everybody get their money back. Okay? That's how I would do it if I ever did any type of fundraiser. Because I would want the people to believe in me enough to say, okay, whatever we trying to do, we're going to do it by this time. If not, hey, everybody get their money back. She don't have nothing like that. That should be the rule with all politicians, to be honest with you, no matter which side they on. That would definitely endure some goodwill toward the people. Like, okay, hey, look, you honorable enough to say, hey, if you don't win, hey, you give everybody back what they donated to you. Why not? They get to keep it, family. So I just wanted to rub that in and twist that knife wound the truth in there. But see, I'm not done yet. I want you to listen to the rest of what old Flatback got to say here when they asked this dummy about the economy.
To love who you love openly and with pride, the freedom to be able to be free from gun violence. These are fundamental freedoms that are at stake right now. The freedom to have access to the ballot.
So you heard that, family. They asked this heifer about the economy, and she started talking about everything except the economy. See, let me tell you something. Unfortunately, there's some black people that really don't understand when somebody's playing in your damn face. See, for me, and this is why I'm always a staunch advocate of reading and doing things to keep your mind mentally stimulated so that you keep your focus sharp, not being high all the time, drunk all the time. Okay, I'm not saying you got to be a saint, but take care of your mind. That's the most important weapon you have on any battlefield. You understand me? I don't care what bullets, planes, bombs, rocket launchers, grenades, knives, whatever you got. Your brain is the most important weapon because if that's not coherent enough for you to use those weapons, then you're done, okay? So what more so does that apply to when you're dealing with things about making political decisions that affect your future? You understand? Take care of your minds, man, because a lot of people, too many black people will have her right there and they ask her that question and then she'll pivot and instead of saying, okay, all that other stuff is great, you didn't answer my question about the economy. So what we gonna do about that? See, that's the type of pressing that we got on the grassroots. When we get a hold to these people, no matter what party they are, and they start talking to us, that's the way you got to do it. Be courteous, let them get their statement out, and you pay attention to if they actually answered your question or not, and then be like, okay, great. Now, the question I asked you was, what are you going to do about this economy? So you got to have that pit bull focus, man, where you be like, I'm not playing with you. This is business. You understand? That's how we got to be, family. But see, we're not done analyzing yet. Oh, no, we are not. We got a lot more to get to here tonight. Oh, yes, we're going to keep it rolling. Because, see, for the people that keep talking about, well, she was doing her job when she locked them up. They were criminals. Okay, now these same people will be the ones if something happened to their kinfolk. Man, why the police are doing that, man? That's probably brutality. But then as soon as this little high yellow non-black heifer, okay, the professional gold medal flatbacker, because see, they should have an Olympic flatbacking category. She would win gold every time. They should have that category specifically for her. But see, for those of you that keep talking about she was just doing her job when she was the top cop over there, in San Francisco area, okay, in California. Want you to listen to this, and then you get back to me and tell me if it was harmless to Jamal Trulove. Or we're going to listen to his story, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to say a mumbling word. I want y'all to listen to this, and the next time that heifer start talking, any of them heifers start talking about, well, she was just doing her job, all these bootlicking Democrat shillbillies, you hit them with Jamal Trulove, and you remind them about not just the black men that she locked up and wanted to keep in prison, but even after their sentence was up because they wouldn't have nobody to clean the jail, you remind them about even the homeless black mothers that she locked up for some damn truancy. Just no empathy towards our people out. You gonna tell me this person is black? See, a real black person would have had some empathy towards our people, but she don't because she's not one of us. Oh, I'm gonna let this play here, and I'm not gonna say nothing until this brother's story is finished. Let's get into it.
In a million years, I would have thought that they were gonna charge me for Sells' murder. I never talked to no detective, no police officer, no DA, nobody.
Just arrested and then charged?
Arrested and charged, that's it.
Was the first time you saw Kamala Harris in person the day that the verdict was issued?
She showed up at the two most pivotal times in this first trial, and me being convicted and me being sentenced. She wanted to be present for a celebration of a conviction.
That's what it felt like, a celebration?
A celebration, that's what it felt like. The reactions I get when I tell people my story is, they say it's the worst nightmare. You know, it's the closest thing to dying.
Jamal, I'm going to read you a quote real quick. The job of a progressive prosecutor is to look out for those overlooked, to speak up for those whose voices aren't being heard, to see and address the causes of crime, not just their consequences, and to shine a light on the inequality and unfairness that lead to injustice. It is to recognize that not everyone needs punishment, that what many need, quite obviously, is help. Kamala Harris wrote that in her book, The Truths We Hold. Does that sound consistent with the with the brand of justice that you saw administered by offices that she was running?
It definitely sounds like Kamala Harris right now as a senator. But at the time of her being the head district attorney of San Francisco, that is almost polar opposite of what I felt and what our community felt in San Francisco.
So Jamal, where are we?
Right now we are in Sunnydale Projects, where I was born and raised at. Now, this isn't a place that you'll want to bring outsiders into, and a place that they don't want to go. This ain't a place that feels comfortable. It feels like you might get robbed, you might get shot.
The police were keeping files on you, and your brothers, and other people who were living in Sunnydale from a very young age.
They already had me labeled because I'm in this community as a potential gang member, potential killer, potential drug dealer. You gotta wake up to the fact that, you know, things are set up against us.
There is a conspiracy.
Yes.
It happened to you.
Exactly.
It's proven in court.
Absolutely. Places like this have been developed for predominantly African American people to not be able to succeed beyond it.
Yeah. What did you know about Kamala Harris? What did you know about San Francisco having a black DA?
Nobody in the hood ever worried or focused on the DA position in general, but people did focus on it just a tad bit, that it was black, and feeling like, okay, this black lady in office, Kamala Harris, she was gonna understand where we come from, you know, and have more of a sympathetic way of prosecuting people that come from our communities who have been plagued with no opportunities. This is Hunter's Point, where these different projects and communities used to really war with each other.
Jamal, in July 2007, what's going on in your life at that point?
I had recently just came off of I Love New York, and also that's when my friend Sel Kuka got killed.
More than a year goes by and no one's been arrested in the case. You hadn't even been questioned.
Haven't even been questioned, no. The police was still, trying to get a conviction by all means necessary. When I was arrested for it, the community knew I didn't do it. And it was here we go again. See, this is why we don't trust, law enforcement, because it gets to a point where somebody who didn't do something goes to jail for it. I don't have no history of crime. What's up, boy? I have a history of being around in the community, but that doesn't mean that I'm a suspect. I'm like, oh man, I'll be out within 72 hours. They're gonna figure this out. They're gonna clear this up.
And then when you found out what the evidence was that they supposedly had you on, there wasn't much there. Can you describe what it was?
They had a woman saying that she seen me kill Sel. The second witness that they had really wasn't a witness at all. She said anything that the police officers wanted her to say, and they said that her recollection of the events was extremely credible. So that's what ultimately got the arrest warrant.
The District Attorney of San Francisco, Kamala Harris, appeared in the courtroom during your trial twice.
Yeah, the two times that Kamala Harris showed up to my trial was when I got convicted, and also when they laid down the sentencing.
When you saw her on the day that the verdict was handed down, did you take that as a bad sign?
It felt to me that she was well aware about my case, and she was there to set her presence, almost take pride in getting a conviction. When I put in my appeal, the people that's fighting against my appeal to keep the conviction is the Attorney General office. I learned it reading, their reply.
Let me know if you can hear me in the chat room. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. 1 second. Oh, we're going to work it out. Hey, they doing their job. We're going to do our job. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat room. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. 1 second. Hold tight, hold tight. Let me see here. Oh, don't worry. I told you they was going to mess with it. I told you they were going to mess with it, but we still going to get the truth out. Hold on. Yep. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear in the chat room, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I told you they was gonna mess with it. Oh, I told you they was gonna mess with it. Listen, man, look, I told you they're not doing their job if they don't mess with it. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay, because we still gonna get this message out. Oh, trust me, we are. We gonna get this message out. Y'all can hear me loud and clear. Please go ahead and do me one favor. I rarely ever ask for this. I need everybody that's still in here to retweet this broadcast on your social media at least twice. Take the time to do that at least twice. We need to get our numbers right back up, because what I have to show you here the rest of this tonight is just as important as what I was letting you hear here tonight. Salute to my good brother K Wright in the building. I need everybody, let me say it again. I need everybody in here to share this on your social media at least 2 times. Take a couple of seconds to go ahead and do that, because we're going to let the rest of this audio finish playing. See, look, let me tell you something. This is why I also have a Patreon, okay, and a Rumble. I'm going to have the unedited version of this over there on Patreon. I'm going to definitely get that together after the broadcast here tonight. So trust me, my tiers are very affordable. I only have one tier, actually, back to business. But just like I said, I'm not over there to profit off my people. It's to educate my people. It's just a backup for this channel. So trust me, you can afford my Patreon. You probably going to want to join the Black Ocean Zone 1 tier, where we show all the live stream content. Because that's where I'm going to have the unedited version of this after tonight's broadcast. Okay, I'm going to get to working on that. But we're going to play the rest of the audio. Okay, so y'all go ahead and share this for me a couple of times. And I'm going to let y'all hear the rest of this, because, see, here's the thing. Puke 2, whether they see it or not, they're going to still hear this brother's story. So we're going to let it pick up right back where they interrupted us so rudely, because this is under fair use. You know, I could have gave some more commentary, but I wanted y'all to hear it from the brother himself. A lot of times I don't say certain things while somebody's talking, because I want you to feel what they're saying, okay? So we're going to play the rest of the audio. So if you want to see the unedited part of this, be sure to join the Patreon over there on the Black Ocean Zone 1 tier, okay? The link is in the About section, okay? It's in the description of this video. It's very easy to get to my Patreon, all right? So we're going to let this continue with audio. I want y'all to listen to this brother's story here, okay? Because, see, this is who they want you to vote for in the next upcoming election. Let's let it continue.
To my appeal, and you see Kamala Harris' name at the bottom. And now it's starting to feel a little personal.
When you win the $13.1 million, it's a massive settlement. Did you feel like that was enough?
There's not an amount that could get back those 7 years. That was 6.5 years that I spent in prison. But instead of me coming home feeling like I was a victim, I wanted to prove that I'm a survivor, and I will not let my story go unheard. You know, I'm not necessarily saying I'm looking for an apology, but some acknowledgement from her that she could have messed up would be, of course, that'd be huge. You could have made some mistakes. You could have missed some things. For me, it was a big miss. You know, I had life in prison. I've met people in prison that was wrongfully convicted. I want my story to be out to provoke reform ultimately. Beyond that, I want to be able to be who I want to be. I'm an actor, you know, I'm a musician, I'm a father. I'm more than this person that was framed. I'm more than this person that was wrongfully convicted.
Okay, so you heard the brother's story there, and for the brother Melanin on Code, I know the graphic was in the way because they just interrupted the stream, brother, so I had to play the audio. The unedited version will be on my Patreon, so if you want to see the full unedited version of that, go ahead and join the Patreon, because I'm going to definitely have it up there tonight. I'm going to definitely get to working on it right time this broadcast ends. But see, PewTube, you're going to be even more mad, because see, I'm not done teaching my people yet. Now we're going to put Command Me on pause for a minute, because we finna go somewhere else here with this. Family, what you're looking at on the screen here, we all know what this is, don't we? It starts with a B and ends with an E. Does anybody know what we're looking at on the screen here, ladies and gentlemen? Does anybody know what we're looking at? Starts with a B, ends with an E. Put it in the chat room if you know what this is that you're looking at on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm showing it to you for a reason. Oh, I'm showing it to you for a reason. I'm going to make this heard for the vote blue, no matter who crowd. Old Roland Martin, the no-neck wonder of the world, Pork Chopman's prime ribs Martin, the last king of chicken wings, the sandwich sultan, whatever you want to call him. He going to be pissed off at this broadcast too. He probably one that gonna interrupt this stream. Shut it down. He going out to command me. Shut it down. YouTube, report it. Yeah, you fat bastard. I'm gonna give you something else to report too. I'm gonna hurl a donut in your mouth. You're gonna be too busy chewing that if it was you rolling. Okay. I never put anything past that Boule bastard there. But yeah, we dealing with the Boule. Oh yeah, we dealing with the Boule, the divine so-called nine. Okay. 1906, 1908. 1911 on there twice, 1913, 1914, the year of the First World War, 1920, 1922, 1963. Now, in all of this time, all of these Boule organizations right here, they hadn't done a damn thing collective for black people. They haven't advocated to get us an anti-black hate crime bill, reparations, nothing. They do absolutely nothing as a collective. Not talking about individuals, because I know some individuals in these organizations, all of them are not Boule. And all of them are not in the category where they don't do anything, just the organizations as a whole. They're not out here stomping for black folks out here on the black grassroots like most of us, okay? So now, I said that for a reason because, see, I'm finna put something on your minds, family. Oh, yes, I am. Finna put something on your mind. You got to understand where they get the Commandment Harrises, the Barack Obamas, okay? Even some that are no longer here, the John Lewises, the Elijah Cummings, the Sheila Jackson Lees, etc., no matter whether they of our lineage or not, okay? I'm finna show you how they cultivate them because, see, one of the things I like to do, I like to put things on your mind that actually make you think. I want y'all to check this out here and get ready to take some notes because it's going to make perfect sense here where we going with this tonight.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger, if he has any. He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
Now, I played that for a reason, family. Oh, yes, I did. I played it for a reason. Does everybody in here get the reason that I played that particular clip for you? Does everybody understand why I did that? Everybody understand why I did it? Because, see, you need to understand, and I want young black people listening to this broadcast to understand how we get to the point of sellouts. And the name of the movie, B. Bill Sr., is Trick Baby, okay? That is a very important scene at that dinner table with that movie because so let me tell y'all something. In case you don't know it, and I know the older people know it, but see, we have to keep in mind the younger people that's listening to this live and record it. Hollywood and movies, they don't mean the same thing to white folks as they mean to us. They always put coded messages in their movies. You understand? I was just having that conversation with a family member, okay, about different types of movies, how when you looked at them, how you saw them one way when you were a child, and then as you got older and gained more knowledge about things, especially racism and white supremacy. I give you an example, Indiana Jones. And when you was a kid, you're like, yeah, Indiana Jones. And then later when you get older, you be like, oh, wait a minute, he was actually a glorified thief. You see what I'm saying? So perspective is everything once you gain more knowledge. This is why we're always teaching over here for those that want to get the knowledge and actually apply it. That Trick Baby scene, that's exactly how our politicians that are sellouts are cultivated. That right there in a nutshell is the liberal strategy to bring you in. Remember what our brother Malcolm said about the liberal? Twice as crafty as the Republicans because they'll laugh in your face okay, smile in your face, and then stab you in the back. They pick a few of the Boule, which is why I showed you that, the talented 10, and bring them in, okay? And they know they're creating sellouts, so they know, okay, hey, listen, once we turn you into one of ours, you're going to work against your own people, and your people are going to hate you because you're not going to have a place amongst them anymore, okay? Same thing can be said with the Republicans. They just use a slightly different strategy to it, okay? So now, I had to show you that because, see, we're not done getting back on your girl commandment. I told them I'm going to make them all mad here tonight. Oh, yes, I am, because I have more clips of truth in the chamber here. We finna get drilling down on some over right now. Oh, yes, we are. Let me show you something, family. Let's get right down to it. Oh, yes. See, Commandment and Jim Crow Joe Biden have flooded this country with illegal aliens and immigrants and everybody that's anti-black. But see, our grandmaster teachers have been telling us with every breath in their body about what that means for us, okay? Dr. Clark Anderson has spent the greater majority of his adult life trying to warn people at the top of his lungs about what to do politically, economically, not just casting your vote for free for symbolism, okay? Definitely not because somebody get on the damn stage and start twerking all over the place. Let me say it in clear and no uncertain terms. This is about our survival. Do you understand? This is why we must be hostile towards those idiots that keep trying to come at us and get us to just vote because they think she's a black woman. Or look, let me tell you something. Policy over everything. I don't give a damn if it was a purple person with polka dot yellow stripes. Whoever's got the best policy for Black America, that's what it's all about for us. We're not in a situation where we have the luxury to carry ourselves like we don't have no damn common sense, okay? So if you won't take it from me, maybe you'll take it from one of our living grandmaster teachers who we must give our flowers to while he's still here. Salute to you, Dr. Clark Anderson. Salute to my good brother Brant Anderson. Thank you to that whole family, man. Your father has meant the world to a lot of us, and he spent his years trying to teach a lot of us, and we definitely appreciate for him for that. I'm looking forward to the next project that he's got coming up, as many of you are as well. I'm definitely going to support that. But we got to go back and look at one of these messages that he was telling us because, see, I'm playing it for a reason, and the next thing we get to is really going to drive the point home. I want y'all to take a listen.
Immigrants come in, watch the benefits they get. They go past black folk at 200 miles an hour. They do better right here in Chocolate City. Now they're underneath the immigrants. Immigrants, they come in the country, they get a point over black folk for being an immigrant. Blacks are the only non-immigrant. 2, all of them are classified as whites. The Arabs, Asian, Hispanics, they all been reclassified as whites. Even American Indians back in the 1890s became classified as whites. They get a point. That's the second point. They get over black folk in getting access to resources and benefits. The third thing they get the benefits for being put into a minority category. They're classified as minorities over black folk. Thirdly, they come in with a culture that they can establish a culture that they can now build businesses and industries and relate back to their homeland. And lastly, what they can do, they also bring in a religious aspect and business opportunities for their people. Black folk get nothing, and they can come in and take and dominate black folk. That's why right now, black folk have been buried as an underclass.
Now, you heard it from Dr. Clark Anderson himself, okay? So now I played that clip in this order for a reason here because, see, oh, yes, we got to go back and refresh our people's memory. Many people have been talking about it, and I'm going to bring it back to the forefront on this broadcast here tonight. Let me tell you something, family. We have to be stomped down, uncompromising, and unforgiving about people playing with our lineage, okay? The Freedman's Bank belongs to our ancestors. You hear me? Our ancestors. This isn't a black and anything. It was black people's money that was stolen from that damn bank. You understand? That was our birthright. Look, let me tell you something. When you go back and look at, and I'm going to give you some mathematical homework to do here. When you go back and look at the amount of money that was taken from the Freedman's Bank, and then you look at what would that have been today in today's currency, don't you know that that's many of our birthrights right there? Do you understand how different Black America would look if they had not stolen that from our ancestors? Huh? Just imagine what better financial position we would be in. Now, yes, of course, there would be some people that would screw off their money, but the greater majority wouldn't. Case in point, in case there's any person listening to the sound of my voice, be they a young person, of our lineage or outside our lineage that has the mindset of, well, you know, if you give black people a lot of money, well, you can't just do that and let them have financial literacy, which they don't do to other groups, okay? When you paying a debt to somebody, you don't get to tell them how to spend their money. But see, let me go ahead and give confidence to the young black people of our lineage and outside of our lineage about that type of sentiment, that type of anti-black racist thinking, because the white supremacist talking point. No, most of our people would not waste the money because you would not have had a Black Wall Street in several other towns like it across the nation if most black people, when they got some money, just wasted. Huh? That would never be a part of our history. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So you need to understand what you come from, even in today's time. If you say, okay, well, GBS, that was the past. That ain't got nothing to do with the present. Yes, the hell it do. I'm going to tell you why. Look at your own recent history. During the pandemic, we created more black businesses than any other group. Black Americans, that's documented. So no, most black people, if you got what was owed to us as far as reparation, we would not waste the money. See, you have to be reminded of these things in simple terms because, see, a propaganda machine is a powerful thing when you inflict that propaganda on a people that's downtrodden, that has been mentally and socially conditioned to think less than of themselves. You understand? I'm going to help you break out of that over here on this platform. But see, let's read this because not only are we going to read it, you know me, I'm all about teaching over here. We're going to put this in the chat room so that all of you are going to be able to read this for yourself. Oh, look at them. See, the link is too long. They won't let me put it in here. You know what? That's okay. I'll put it on the community tab. Y'all know where to go to find this. Okay. And salute to everybody in here that has joined us, come back from interrupting the broadcast. A lot of people's time they see one technical difficulty, they think that's going to be the end of the stream. Y'all better stop running away from this channel. Let me tell you something. One monkey at PewTube don't stop no show over here. So if there's a technical difficulty, hold tight. We're going to keep the train rolling over here. But see, you can look this up for yourselves on whitehouse.gov, okay? Now, I'm showing you this for a reason because, we got to look at some disrespect. We got to look at some disrespect that we cannot tolerate. It is not funny. It is not a laughing matter. And we're not going to let this crap go, okay? Let me show y'all something real quick. Oh, yeah, let me show you. Hold on. Put it up here on the screen. First and foremost, can everybody see what I have here on the screen very clearly? Let me know in the chat if you can see this very clearly. If not, I shall enhance it to where you can see it. Salute to my good brother, Project Leroy, for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother, my comrade. Let me know if you can see this on the screen very clearly, family. If not, we'll make it bigger so that everybody and their mama can see. Okay? Sound off in the chat room. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We are live. This is a live broadcast. I need to know if y'all can see it because, see, I respond to my chat room. Okay? Sometimes I get to cooking, I look away, but I respond to my chat room. I want to make sure everybody can see it. Okay? Everybody see it. All right? Okay, so I'm seeing some thumbs up over here. Looks like everybody can see it. Okay. We're going to read this, all right? Because this is from the same whitehouse.gov document. I have highlighted here the insult, all right? The U.S. Department of Treasury estimates that these investments in community lenders will result in a $50 billion increase in lending to Latino communities and a nearly $80 billion increase in lending to black communities over the next decade. Now, hold on. Before I go any further, we just established that the Freedman's Bank is specific to our lineage. What in the hell are you mentioning Latinos in this for anyway? Huh? What you mention in any group? See, this is something we have to make sure that young black people understand. When it comes to something being done specifically for us, you don't mention other groups of people and what's for us because they don't mention us and their stuff. Now, if we was in a society with a Latino community, the East Indian, Asian, Arab community, white folks, whoever said, hey, wait a minute, this economic policy, it's cool that we getting it, but we need to make sure our black brothers and sisters get in on this too and get an equal share. If we lived in that society, you would have no argument from me, but we don't. So you will have an argument from me. Let's continue to read. 1/3 of new loans made by CDFIs and MDIs that receive investments under the Department of Treasury's Emergency Capital Investment Program were made to most in-need borrowers, such as individuals who are low income or live on tribal lands, damn it, stop right there. Let me tell you bastard Democrats and Republicans something right now from a foundational Black American Freedman man's mouth. Don't you dare bring up anything about your Native Americans, your pretendians, most of you are $5 Indian white people, and even if you were full-blooded Native American, don't you dare put them in talking about black and us with them, because you still owe us from the 1866 Indian treaties. Oh, we ain't letting that go. Oh, no, you owe too. Many of them so-called 5 civilized tribes enslaved our ancestors. You damn right. I'm not forgetting nothing. I don't have a right to forget anything when it comes to our ancestral pain. We are here to collect due on justice, and the tab is long overdue. You gonna pay in full. How dare you put them in anything that's for us? See, we gonna have to get people in front of these folks and start correcting that. And I've said this before. With the Trump campaign, we got to make sure they understand. But see, you don't have no Sambos with the balls over there in front of him yet to do it. Don't worry, we're gonna get the grassroots over there to his people. We got people working on that right now. I ain't gonna mention no names, but we got people talking to them. We got some riders trying to engage with that campaign. One of the things we gonna have them do is make sure to tell him, when you say something for black folks, that and brown shit, go out the window. Ain't no and nothing. You don't and brown, you don't and blue, purple, black, nothing. It's black. That's all you need to say when you're talking about for us. We gonna have to break that habit of tacking other people onto us like parasites. These disrespectful bastards, that's been the problem. They think that every time something is for us, here they come, what about them? No, you don't do that with us. Quid pro quo across the board. Blood in, blood out. You get what you give. If you don't give us nothing, then you get nothing from us. And that's across the board as far as I'm concerned. Let's continue reading. In parallel, the Small Business Administration has increased its lending to socially and economically disadvantaged small businesses, which has helped to more than double the amount of loans. Okay, see, that right there, that's the first insult. We ain't done yet, though. Oh, we got more insults to read here. Okay, let's go. More than double the amount of loans to Black-owned businesses and double the number of loans to Latino-owned businesses. Now, Black and Latino entrepreneurs, why do they just keep trying to shackle us together? Look, let me tell you something, right? I'm gonna stop right here before I finish reading this. But anybody that's got a problem with what I just said about why I'm saying you don't keep shackling us to these people, salute to my first sergeant, some chick named Star for the cash out. Thank you very much, my sister, my comrade. Let me tell you something, man. Don't keep shackling these people to us because they don't share anything that our lineage went through. They don't. They're not the ones that had black codes on the books to threaten them. They went through some hazing, but it wasn't like us. They didn't go through a period of Jim Crow where the Klan specifically targeted them. They were not enslaved on this land for 250 plus years like our people. You weren't on the Trail of Tears like our people. You didn't fight in every single war like our people did. Where were you at? See, this and thing, if you gonna say black and anything, you gonna have to earn that privilege from now on across the board. Where's all this and all this we French and stuff these people keep talking? What have you gone through for you to be attached to the hip at us talking about black and anything? When most of you bastards over here are classified as white and you anti-black. Oh, we're going to stop that black and stuff. Let's continue reading. Black and Latino entrepreneurs are starting new businesses at the fastest rate in more than a decade, while Black and Latino unemployment rates are near historic lows. Listen, our situation is totally different from theirs. Again, history shows it wasn't Black and Latino. It was Black Americans that created the most businesses during the pandemic. There was no and on top of that at all. Don't y'all be ashamed to say that in the same fervor and tone that I'm saying it in. We got to stop playing with these people. Today's announcements coincide with the annual Freedman's Bank Forum hosted by the Department of Treasury. They represent commitments from the private, public, and nonprofit sectors and will continue to accelerate wealth building for underserved businesses, their communities, and Black American economy. Let me tell you something, all that underserved, minorities, the disenfranchised, all that trick bag language that we've been warning y'all about, no, you will say black. And I've said this before many times. Anybody that's seeking your vote, I don't care which party they in, if you too ashamed to say black, then hey, just leave us alone. No, we're not gonna be the backroom bitch no more. That's not gonna happen. Hey, look, think about it. Which one of y'all will only want to be the booty call at 3 o'clock in the morning, but then the person that you're dealing with, male or female, hey, now, listen, I can't be seen in public with you now, I mean, this 3 o'clock thing we got going on is pretty good now, but we can't go out in public nowhere. Which one of y'all want to be? Well, you know what? I hope there's nobody in here that would go for that. Okay, because it might be some bisexuals listening. I know that's how y'all, you get down like that with Zad if you're bisexual. They don't mind Jim Crow Joe taking him in the back room and doing whatever he gonna do, and then be like, shh, don't tell nobody. Huh? But see, the rest of us over here, oh no, we ain't going for that. No. If you can't say black in public, get the fuck out my people's faces. How about that? Huh? But see, I showed you all that for a reason here. Because see, I want you to listen to what old Kamami had to say about the Freedmen's Bureau here. See, this is the people that they want you to vote for. Let's refresh our memory, see, because I want everybody well ahead of November to be primed mentally so that you can make an informed decision, and everybody keep talking about our ancestors died to vote. No, they didn't. You know what our ancestors died for? For you to carry on their legacy with dignity. That's what our ancestors died for. The next time somebody, especially a young black person, pull that crap on you, you cut them off and say, no, my ancestors died for me to carry on their legacy with dignity. And dignity does not mean voting for people and being a mule while you put all these other people that's not even citizens ahead of me and paper them up, give them free rent off of our tax dollars. Okay, you giving them debit cards. They just having a ball and they over here committing crimes and everything because you think that's going to be your new voter base. That's going to backfire on you. Democrats, I'm telling you. Because see, we need to make sure they crash and burn for a long time. And I'm talking about even if you just choose the couch. We're going to make these bastards come with policy and tangibles in hand, or they can turn around and get up out of our face. But see, I want you to listen to this next insult here because see, this the people that they keep telling you, old commandment, they keep telling you we supposed to place our trust in her. You know a woman that's already clearly said, and I gonna do anything just for black people. Yeah. Ain't that what she said? That's what she told. Look, kudos to you, commandment. You flat back and piece of shit. You were honest about it. But see, we're not gonna let you play with our heritage. Man, I want y'all to listen to this. Because see, I told you, I'm gonna finish cooking over here tonight. I don't care what they try.
Some history, which I think is familiar with many people in this room, but there are many who are not familiar with the history of Freedman's Bank. So Freedman's Savings Bank was founded by the United States Congress in 1865. It was a...
Let me cut this long shoe-faced maggot off right quick. Let me say this. First and foremost, we don't have to get the attitude where if you're not of our lineage, you don't have no right to speak on these things. Because see, let me say this before she get further into this, because I'm gonna let her finish. Here's the thing. Family, do you think that Asian Americans would allow a foundational black American, 8 full foundational black American grandparents on both sides, do you think a Japanese person, Asian person, whatever, would allow us to go and speak for their economic policies and stuff that's going to specifically affect their community and their lineage? Huh? Would a Hispanic person do it? East Indian, Arab? You know ain't no white person do that. Think about it. When the last time you seen a white person say, hey, we're going to let a black person, speak for what affect our community and what's germane to our culture and history, what little culture and history they have. Most of their culture and history is running around conquering and stealing from people. But I digress. It's history nonetheless. We'll get into that in some future broadcasts. Trust me, I got a lot more content coming for y'all. But see, we know damn well they would not let us represent them in their political affairs or in their social or cultural affairs. Like that fiasco that they had at the Olympics that they call break. I call it fake dancing. Y'all saw my YouTube short. I told y'all, man, when I see stupidity, I'm going to amplify it and make a complete fool out of them. And let me say this briefly about that. Just because they put that in the Olympics, we got to make it known that, hey, just because you call yourself trying to put medals on people, that's not breakdancing. Because we say so. You know why we have the power to say that's not it? Because we created it. What we create, we own, operate, and control. That's the mindset we need to get into. So I don't give a damn if they put 50 medals on one of their goofy asses. That shit wasn't breakdancing, and it's not legitimized until we say so. And see, the solution for that, briefly, before I let this flat back get back to what she can do best, let me tell you something. The solution is That means that, okay, we see them put it in the Olympics. We need to bring back and formulate our own nationwide breakdancing competition. We give the awards and say, listen, if you don't come through this house, you're not legit. You're not going to take our shit overseas nowhere and not even have any Black Foundation of Black American breakdancers in there representing. And you going to call that something that you judge and say this is the best at something they didn't create? No, we're going to shut that shit down. But don't worry, I'm going to touch on that in a later broadcast. Let's let the flatbacker get back to it.
Bank, unlike any other our nation had known. Freedman's Bank was established to serve Black Americans newly freed from slavery, to help them build wealth and to build a better future. At Freedman's, to open a savings account, you just needed 5 cents, which, as I've calculated, is about $1 today. In the years after its founding, tens of thousands of Black families opened an account at Freedman's. They saved up to buy a farm, to build a home, to open a business. Even school children saved their pocket money to deposit it in.
And everything that you talking about, your little old full-blooded East Indian Canadian-raised ass can't relate to because you are not of our lineage. Sitting there with a long shoe-face ass reciting something that they done told her to say. See, I want y'all to understand what a weapon looks like when it's pointed dead at you, family. Huh? Center mass. In the figurative sense, when a weapon is pointed at you, this is what it looks and sounds like. It comes to you in a package that a lot of the gullible in our community find appealing. You know, it's kind of like, let me tell you how cruel this is. What they're doing with that lowbrow, vote blue, no matter who, okay, Democratic shillbilly class, that's as cruel as if you say, okay, I see this child here that likes candy. Because yes, they're in a childlike state because they don't look at policies. They're voting with emotions and symbolism. Imagine how cruel somebody would be if they said, okay, I know this child likes candy. And because this child likes candy, I'm going to put some poison in the middle of it and give it to the candy. Give it to the kid in a shiny wrapper. That's what they're doing. Tell me how it's different. Because they see these people are too mentally and ill to say, hey, wait a minute. Look at her record over there in California, what she did to the brothers and sisters over there. Look what she told us she specifically wasn't going to do for us, and look at everybody that she is doing something for. But yet you still, Ricky smiling, trust me, I'm going to light his ass up. Family, I'll let that be up to y'all. Y'all want me to do that broadcast tomorrow? Or you want to wait for it? Because, see, I got some choice words for old buddy. I told you, I'm finna make all the shillbillies mad at me. Oh, yes, I am. Because, see, I got to stomp down on their necks with this truth. I'm not trying to sugarcoat nothing. The truth need to be told. Y'all let me know if you want that Ricky Smiley broadcast tomorrow. I'll go back to back with it. I got a lot that I got to get to. But see, regarding this heifer right here, let me tell you something, man. We got to get stomped down about people knowing their damn place. Yes, that's right. Black America, Foundation of Black America Freedman, you need to become stomped down about letting people know their place. You know why? Because if you go to their country and attempt to do what she's doing here, they're going to let you know your place. They'll be like, hey, whoa. Okay, it's cool you a visitor and all, but hey, stay in your lane. This is our culture. You don't call no shots over here. Huh? You think about it. Imagine you busting up in the middle of in the middle of a Jewish community and they got some type of ceremony or going on and they want their synagogue. You jump up there, listen, sit down. This ain't the way you do it. Now I'm finna get over here and take over and tell you what you really need to be doing. Man, boy, they'll get them yarmulkes, man, take them off and whoop your ass so fast and throw you out their synagogue. Huh? I got jokes, but I'm just letting you know, man, we got to stop these people from playing with us like this. This is a very, very egregious insult for her to be sitting up here even speaking on this, especially after you trying to all lives matter something that pertains to our specific lineage. When the slave masters got their reparations, but we didn't get ours. You better stay your little Canadian ass in your lane up there with your homeboy Drake. Let's let it continue. Damn, flatbacker.
This institution. And then 9 years later, after the bank first opened its doors, because of an economic downturn and because of the
economic downturn, my ass, we were robbed. Our ancestors' money was stolen. If you're going to recount the history, you recount it right. But see, this is why she shouldn't be speaking on our history, because she's not a part of it and she don't know what she's talking about.
Organized assault on the project of Reconstruction, Freedman's Bank was forced to close. Over 60,000 people lost their savings. Now, Freedman's Bank was guided by a vision. The vision of an economy that works for all Americans and
Bitch, you a motherfucking lie. The Freedman's Bank serviced foundational Black American freedmen people. It was not open with no vision that we're gonna service all Americans. No, it wasn't, bitch. Because see, our people at that time had no choice but to do for self. They were in a system of white supremacy, and arguably this might be controversial. We had a better mindset then because them folks wasn't allowing us to come into their establishments. We had to build our own economy. I keep saying it. Integration was one of the worst things that ever happened to us because we abandoned our businesses and we ran over there to them damn folks because we thought the white man's ice was colder. And look at the economic slavery that it has us in today. On top of us needing our reparations. See, think about it. If we would have said, okay, cool, you giving us the right to come over there where you at, that's fine, but we're going to keep our businesses. We're going to keep our businesses. See, there should have been somebody, and I'm not going to say there wasn't because none of us were alive at that time period, but I want y'all to hear me out. In times like that, this is where history correlates to present day as far as you knowing what to do and what not to do. I often tell y'all, study history like game footage. You see what went right, what went wrong, okay, what you need to correct in present day in the future. There must always be somebody that's saying, yeah, okay, them folks act like they're going to let us come over here, but what if they renege? What if they say, no, niggas, we change our mind, or if they do let us go over there, they start treating us bad? Shouldn't we keep our own business? So we say, okay, I knew you was up to this. I'll just go back over here where I'm at. Cool. You keep your shit. That's what we should have had some people in the community saying. And so I'm saying that today we must always have the people that say, wait, that sounds cool. But what if they don't keep their word? Because we're dealing with a people historically that has never kept their word. They're treaty breakers all around the world. Nobody trusts them. Why you think all these countries are trying to come together to form BRICS? They don't trust these people because they know they have a track record of lying with everything that they do. So no, bitch, commandment, you flatbacker, you. No, it was not started with a vision for all people and all Americans. That's so damn disrespectful. Do you think that if she went before a Jewish community trying to all lives matter their situation, that they would respect this woman? See, we got to get our collective self-esteem up. And I'm saying collective. I know it's not most of you over here, but I'm speaking to those of you that might find this broadcast that have such low self-esteem where you'll let somebody culturally insult you and you just give that a pass and still run over there to vote for them. Now, I get it. 2/3 of y'all ain't gonna make it. The ones of you that's like, well, what about Trump? When nobody's talking about him. If Donald Trump was doing what she's doing, we'd be on his ass too. See, you got to think about that. He's not coming out doing this kind of disrespectful stuff right here. Is the man perfect? No. Anti-black racist? Yes. A lot he needs to change. But see, I'm telling you like this. I'm not trying to be none of them friends. I'm a mercenary when it comes to these politics. All I want to know is what you're going to do for me and my people. I don't need to be your friend. I'm not trying to kick it with you. Let me tell you something right now. If either of them was to invite me to hang out, I don't want to hang out with you. This business, baby. I'm cool on that. Hey, let's talk about it. We going to get together and talk about some policy, or we can hang out doing that. If we ain't talk about no policies and tangibles, I'll holler at you. Get back to me when you got them policies ready. And that's for both sides. You hear me? Y'all better start becoming political mercenaries, man. Stay in the center, politically independent, and be a political wild card. When you're a wild card, people don't know which way you're going to go. Make these people earn your votes like we tried to tell these dumb bisexuals in the 2020 election. But you know, no, they wasn't listening. Gotta get Trump out. Oh, you gotta get Trump out. Bunch of idiots. Look how stupid they look now that they've given this man 4 years to ruin this nation. You know what I told y'all Biden stands for? Beyond incompetent, destroying economics nationwide. That's right. I'll say it again. Biden stands for beyond incompetent, destroying economics nationwide. Let the flatbacker continue.
Includes all Americans. The vision of a nation in which all people have access to the financial resources they need to succeed, to thrive, and to determine their own future. Truly at the heart of that bank was the concept of self-determination. Over a century and a half later, in communities across our nation, that vision remains unrealized. Consider, today, Black entrepreneurs are 3 times more likely to report that they did not apply for a loan for fear of being turned away by a bank.
See, let me further explain this too, because I know everybody that's older in here, you get it. But to the younger Black people, let me let you understand something. What she's doing and what any politician is doing, when they're recounting what you're living through to your face without telling you a solution, they're not empathizing with you. Pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you. Basically, what they're doing is saying, yes, I see how much we've hurt you, and we're just getting started. That's basically them playing in your face. They're like, yeah, I see you. That's the way it was designed. We know it's working this way. So you have to read between the lines and see what her. I'm going to tell you why they really want to get her out the way. Your most stomped down, cold-blooded white supremacists, they can say this stuff with a straight face. You know she don't have much of a poker face because she can't stop herself from laughing all the damn time. Look at how giddy she is while she's discussing that. Look at her eyebrows all raised up. Goofy can't help but grin whenever she's discussing something traumatic. See, I'm going to say something, man. I believe this bitch got Asperger's syndrome. No, hear me out. I think she has it. I think this bitch has Asperger's syndrome. She's always laughing at some inappropriate shit. To be honest, man, maybe that's what it is, but I don't give a damn what she got as long as she don't get in that presidential office. Oh, no, not her. And I'm going to say it again. Not saying no woman can't do the job. Just not this one. Let's let it continue.
And anecdotally, because they heard about that experience from friends and relatives. Today, Black and Latino homeowners are rejected by traditional financial.
There it is again. What the hell you mentioning Latino and anything with Black for? Their lineage don't. They didn't look. What Latino people had money in the Freedman's Bank? Nobody. The hell you talking about Black and Latino for? I'm telling y'all, man, we got to break that habit with all of them on both sides.
Institutions at a higher rate when applying for home loans. And this is the case even when they have credit profiles similar to other applicants. Today, many immigrant business owners, including some Asian American business owners, face language barriers that limit their ability to access capital and banking services. And people who live in rural areas, including many Native Americans, often lack access.
Nope. Don't you bring them Native Americans up unless you're going to get talking about these 1866 Indian treaties and the money that they owe when they kick the Black members out the tribes. Oh, no. See, you got to understand. For my young Black people, I get it. We were all young at one point in time, but see, I'm talking to you specifically because the future is going to be in your hands. I understand that history may not be the most exciting things, but that's a powerful weapon when you know your history. You know why? Because nobody can play you when you know exactly where you come from and what was done to your people. See, if you don't know those things, in conjunction with what the Grandmaster Teacher Neely Fuller Jr. teaches us, just like if you don't understand racism and white supremacy, everything else will confuse you. If you don't know your own history, everything that you're dealing with will also confuse you. It go hand in hand. Be the sharp one when they come to you, because I've shown you clips of this woman, how she thinks about Gen Z, okay? Specifically, she said, we all know how Gen Z are. They are stupid. And I'm paraphrasing, but y'all can find the broadcast on my channel where she said that. I showed you that. That's what she thinks of you. So what I'm saying to you is this. You be the young Black person that said, oh, that's what you think? Okay, cool. I'm going to let you get that off. And as soon as you finish talking, I'm finna hit you with these dates, times, places, and what we need done to rectify these situations. Where's my anti-Black hate crime bill? Where's my reparations at? Let's talk about these 1866 Indian treaties, huh? Let's get that cracking. What you gonna do to actually give me access to capital for small business loans? Okay, what about my tax-free status like the Native Americans? That need to be a part of reparations too. Oh yeah, we gonna go there. See, that's the type of young person I want you to be. When any of these goofies come to you and they think that you so stupid, play that to your advantage. Play off of that. And then get their ass trapped in the corner and be like, okay, now that we got you here, Because see, you thought we was coming. See, let me tell you a beautiful vision that I have, okay? Can I share a beautiful vision with y'all? Because this is something I want to see, okay? And if somebody knows of this happening, let me know about it. And I will magnify it on this channel. I want to see you, particularly Gen Z that's old enough to vote, okay? Because Generation X and Millennials, we got your back. But I'm talking primarily to you because you are definitely the future of our people. You're very important. If nobody else is going to support you, I am going to support you and uplift you every chance I get. This is what I would love to see you do. This is my beautiful vision. I would love to see a situation where y'all set her up, command me, or any of these politicians that thinking, okay, we finna come here with fried chicken and twerking and all this other stupid stuff and hot sauce and, talk about smoking weed. Like, yeah, come on over here. Yeah. You get your rappers and everything, whatever you want to get. And then as soon as they get in there, be like, yeah, hey, go ahead and shut all that down. Now that we got your goof ass in here, let's talk about these policies and these numbers, huh? That's what I want to see. Bait them just like they bait you. Like, yeah, come on, we're going to have a good time. Come on, get up there, get the dancing. I would love to see her on the stage dancing with a little no rhythm flat backing ass. And then some Gen Z be like, okay, why we doing this little step with your little no rhythm, bad perm having ass? What about these policies for my people? How about that? That's my beautiful vision. Let's let it continue.
To traditional financial services of any kind. So President Biden and I know that for our nation to succeed, these disparities must be spoken of, acknowledged, and addressed. One of the last actions, as you heard Secretary Yellen mentioned, I took as a United States Senator was to team up with Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Mark Warner and Senator Cory Booker and Chairwoman, Maxine Waters, to invest $12 billion in community lenders, which...
Bitch, what you got to give it to a lender for? If you trying to help black people, just like you cut, the checks were cut during the pandemic, just like you cut checks to Ukraine, these illegal aliens, why you don't send the money direct to our people? What we need to borrow something for? See, we're not gonna let these people play with us like that. The illegal aliens, they're not borrowing a damn thing. They just scraping the tax dollars off our plate and dumping them into these people's pocket left and right. Huh? What you got to lend my people a damn thing for? Oh no, now that we see that you doing this for people that's not even citizens, nah, you're not gonna lend me a damn thing. No, you're not. Now my people, you gonna do the same thing that you did for these damn illegal aliens. Let's let it continue.
Of course, are financial institutions that predominantly do business in overlooked and underserved communities. Last month, I was proud to announce that because of that hard work and the work of many of the leaders in this room, our administration has distributed more than $8 billion of that investment to 162 community lenders across our nation. That is $8 billion on the ground in communities across our nation right now.
And most of that went to everybody except black folks. But let's just say it did go to black people. Bitch, how you gonna come to somebody that's already in sore economic straits and saying, well, I'll let you take out a loan with a high-ass interest rate? That ain't helping my people. Like I said, just like you cutting them checks for them people that's not supposed to be here, I'm cutting them checks for my people.
And I'll share with you some of the examples. In North Dakota, Native American Bank lent $10 million to help fund an opioid addiction treatment facility on tribal lands. In Georgia, Carver Bank lent over $500,000 to help Black-owned companies build affordable housing. And in Mississippi, Hope Credit Union, led of course by the great Bill Bynum, lent
See, look at it. See, look at it. What am I talking about? Look at it. The hyena can't help but flash them damn goofy ass teeth every time she talking about something. Just grinning. I'm convinced. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe that's the Joker in a damn female suit. That's what I believe. This bitch is probably actually the real life Joker that's done hopped out of DC Comics and put on a damn East Indian woman suit. That's what the Joker's crazy enough to do that. Okay? He is. But see, all this goofiness that she keep talking about, let's talk about the Native Americans. if you want to talk about the Native Americans, then you need to give us some of that access to capital so we can start our own casinos and be tax-free like them. I don't care about their drug issues. That's them. That's their issues and problems. Hey, look, they free to do whatever they want to with their money. The little pretendians over there, because half of them is mostly white folks. They Elizabeth Warrens, that's what they telling y'all the Native Americans today, huh? Chief sitting mayonnaise, huh? Get on out of here with that, man. Nah, but let's talk about that, though. Let's get that package going to Black Americans and couple that with the package that you gave to the Ukrainians and the illegal aliens, and then we can talk about voting. How about that? See, we need proof of concept policy before we cast a vote for either side, because they've shown us, oh, you got the bread to do it. In fact, let me go ahead and put my tool in here for the young folks. Oh, yeah. I know you older people in here, that's my age and older, get it. But young folks, I'm going to put this website in the chat room 3 times. I want you to bookmark this if you've never seen this site before, because you have a right to know where your taxpayer dollars are going overseas. So when they get to talking about, ooh, we ain't got it. You go to foreignassistance.gov. Yes, the hell they do got it. Oh, that's our reparations money right there. Go examine that site when you get a chance. But see, I can't let her get away with that. Because see, this grinning jackass right here, I'm going to tell you right now, I am hoping and praying that during that debate with Trump, she come out with this little hyena grin. Come on out with it. You can't help it, Goofy. Look, I you know what? I'm going to give her credit on one thing. I honestly do believe she smoked weed, because she always laughing like a high idiot all the time. Maybe that's what it is. She got a combination of Asperger's syndrome and this bitch stay high off of that good old sticky Cali Green. Maybe that's what it is, man. I don't know, man. Hey, maybe Kamala got them buds in her pocket everywhere she go. Huh? Can you imagine? She probably know how to roll a mean blunt. Hey, we know what other kind of blunts you like to roll though with Low Down Willie Brown and everybody else. You flat back your way to the top. Look, I'm gonna let it alone, y'all. Let's let this heifer continue.
$1,000 to a Black-owned and woman-owned coffee company to help them expand. And that's just one example of the incredible work that they do there. Since taking office, then I will tell you I have traveled our nation and spoken with small business owners who have received funds from community lenders. And I have seen what it means in terms of acknowledging, recognizing, and then feeding their ambition and aspiration and creativity, both in terms of their own aptitude and capacity, but also because they are in the best position to understand the needs and the capacity of their communities. And I've seen how they use that capital to hire people from the community, to open a new storefront on the main street.
Oh, so she's letting her know there's nothing wrong with her vision. She can see all these things for the Native Americans. Okay, well, bitch, why you not talking like that about the Black community? Huh? Well, where's this vision, all this clear vision she got for Black America? Well, why don't you talk like that with us? We need some of that capital so you can see that with us. Oh, but you can't do that, though, can you, flatbacker? Oh, no, because see, your plan is you're a puppet for them folks. They put your ass somewhere where you weren't supposed to be thanks to that simp, Joe Biden. And now they're finna go ahead and get you up out of here once Donald Trump steamroll your ass in that damn debate. See, let's be clear. This debate that's coming up, this is going to decide it, family. I'm telling you now, mark my words. I know it's a lot of people like, man, she got a chance to win. No, she don't. No, she don't. I've shown y'all my proof. This is an idiot. Do you hear me? This is an idiot. Just because you get a degree or go to a college, that does not make you intelligent, okay? Because even if you're book smart, you know what the ultimate form of intelligence is? Y'all know what that is. Common sense. You can't learn common sense. Either you have it or you don't. I don't care what degree of college gives you. If your ass don't have common sense, you're not truly intelligent, because that means you can't make the practical and most common sense decisions when it counts. Without common sense, I don't want to hear nothing about no intelligence. Oh, no, I do not. She exhibits every time she gets a chance to speak in front of an audience how much common sense she don't have. Let's let it continue.
How they buy inventory from local businesses. The whole community benefits in one way or another economically, not to mention psychically, from their presence. And at the same time, I have also seen how the great need for capital still remains in our country, meaning how much more work we still have yet to do. You know, I hope and know that everyone here does get the opportunity to travel our country. And from my travels, I will share with you, there are so many people in our country that have incredible dreams, fueled by their ambition, fueled by their aspiration, fueled by seeing what is possible and then going for it. But far too many still lack the resources and the support to make those dreams a reality. And what ends up happening then is these entrepreneurs cannot access capital to start a business. We're talking about families who then cannot access the capital they need to buy a home, students who cannot access capital to get an education because they live in an underserved community, and because often they also do not have the benefit of intergenerational wealth. We need to address this because, again, there is a complete disconnect between their inability to grow.
You know what you need to address it with? It's called a damn check. A check connects everything. That's all you need to address it with, Kamami.
And the fact that they are so talented and desirous of doing just that. So let's deal with that disconnect, which we also refer to as disparities, because we see that people in our country are having an experience that is not equal. And that's why we talk about equity, because we recognize not everybody starts out on the same base. They don't start out in the same place, even though they have the same God-given capacity. So when we talk about the work we are doing here together, it is recognizing that and being guided by this principle of what we must do in the spirit and in the interest of equity. And to do this, one of the aspects.
There's that word again. They love using equity, equity, equity. Let me tell you something. There's no equity without economics, and that means tangibles, aka cash. You want to start talking about equity? Give my people cash. The same thing that you giving to these illegal aliens and everybody else. So the next time they come in your face talking about equity, be like, equity means one thing, greenbacks, baby. Well, the dollar value is okay. Well, then you better hurry up and give it to me then. The dollar value ain't low enough for you not to look. See, let me show y'all something about that. Because see, a lot of our people, let me address that. A lot of our people hang out in these white supremacist spaces because they think that they're being the special Negro and they pick up on all their talking points. They want to run back over here and try them out on us. Let me tell you something. The dollar value ain't going nowhere no time soon. You know why? Because let me point this out for the slow bus people. Dollar value ain't going nowhere no time soon because you don't see rich people giving their money away. Think about it. Do white people hold on to something that's worthless? No. If the dollar value is so low, why they giving these immigrants all our tax dollars? They would say, hell, this ain't good enough for you. We can't give you this worthless money. You see what I'm saying? See, don't be the Negro that's tricked by their white supremacist talking points. It's so easy for them to get a lot of our people with that nonsense. Trust me, you'll know the day that something's not worth us, not worth a damn, because then they'll say, hey, you know what? Hey, let the niggers have it. Think about it. White people don't fight you over something that they know has no value. They laugh. They be like, look at these niggas. They're going to get that bullshit. They ain't got no value to that. Look at the little darkies. You know what I'm saying? So that's your cue to look for right there. As long as they fighting, why you think they fighting to try to keep us from getting these reparations? Oh, the dollar got plenty of value in it. So don't ever fall for that. Let's let it continue.
Aspects of the success we have seen so far is the benefit and the incredible power of public-private partnership. The public and the private sector joining together. And what we have been doing and must do more is to combine the expertise and the experience of the private sector with the reach and the scale that only the government can provide. And together, that is what we have done so far, which has resulted in the success we have seen. As Secretary Yellen mentioned, earlier this year we launched the Economic Opportunity Coalition. This coalition consists of over 20 private sector organizations. It includes technology companies, philanthropies, and some of the largest consumer banks and investment firms.
Let me pause it right here and ask my audience a question. She said that they started an economic opportunity coalition that goes around partnering with private banks and all this other stuff. Family, I need to do a quick roll call because I want to check this in real time with my audience over here. Put in the chat room what state you're from. Everybody in here right now, I need you to sound off right now. Let me know what state you're from because I need to ask a very important question. Now, I want to see something, okay? And I want this to be reflected in the playback in the chat room. Everybody in here, drop what state you're from. I need to see it. Everybody sound off. Everybody in here, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Sound off what state are my people from. Listen to this chat room, okay? Where you at? I'm looking, okay? Seeing all these different states here. All right, I'm seeing Ohio, Cali, Illinois, Missouri, Georgia, okay, New York, Virginia, Alabama, okay, Colorado, South Carolina, Louisiana, North Carolina, New Jersey, okay, Connecticut, Hawaii. All right, we got people from all over. So my question to everybody, all over the place, have you heard of the Economic Opportunity Coalition? Have they come to your neighborhood? You know, like they have the secret job fairs for the migrants, the illegal aliens. Have you seen a van with Economic Opportunity Coalition come on? Have anybody knocked at your door talking about this is the Economic Opportunity Coalition? Have they sent you any mail talking about an Economic Opportunity Coalition, letting you know, hey, look, with the Economic Opportunity Coalition, hey, we got some jobs for you over here, huh? Because, see, maybe I missed it. You know what I'm saying? Look, maybe they don't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to come nowhere around me and tell me nothing because I'm riding down on their necks. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm good. I'm straight. I don't need to punch their clouds. But my people still need work. So I want to know about these things so I can tell my people. I want to know because now, look, y'all can correct me. You can be like, hey, GBS, you late, brother. There is a such thing. They come to everybody. They came to my door last night. Maybe it's somebody in here. Is there any of the shillbillies listening? Because you know the shillbillies have so much to say. Shillbillies, come on, let me know. I know you're over here. Where's the Economic Opportunity Coalition? Huh? Maybe it's in the same place as the George Floyd Policing and Accountability Act. You know, what was that whole lift all plan, lift every voice plan? Maybe it's sitting over there in the corner in the little trunk. You know what I'm saying? In Joe Biden's little, closet in his home over there behind his little ice cream refrigerator because, you know, he loves his ice cream so much. Maybe that's where it is. I'm just asking questions. Let it continue.
And together, these private sector leaders have committed tens of billions of dollars to promote and then provide capital to community lenders, to support entrepreneurship and minority-owned businesses, and to expand access to financial services, and to create and protect affordable housing. And today, this coalition has committed more than $1 billion to community banks serving minority and rural communities.
Don't know nothing about no minorities, commandment. We black over here. We don't know nothing about no minorities because minorities are white women, one-on-one, purple-eyed, polka-dot striped people eaters, hunchbacks, okay? Shit, everything except for black folks. That's what minorities are. We don't know nothing about that minority term, so don't use that over here with us.
So all of our work thus far, we still have more to do. All of our work thus far, I believe, comes down to this. America is a nation driven by the ambition and aspiration of her people. And so let us continue to fight to make sure all people have a chance to realize their dreams and to determine their own future. Because when we do, we not only advance economic justice, we strengthen our economy as a whole, creating prosperity and opportunity for all. Together, we here know we have the ability and the responsibility and the duty, dare I say, to realize the vision of Freedman's Bank. And that is what we have gathered here to do. So thank you all so very much for your vision, for your commitment, and your work.
You raggedy shoe face heifer, you. What make you think you're supposed to attack on anything to something involving our lineage? But see, I want you to take a good look at this picture again. Because see, it's the Biden-Harris administration, okay? Biden-Harris, she's a part of it. She don't get a pass, okay? If she's gonna meddle in our affairs, we gonna include her in the administration that she's a part of, the Biden-Harris administration. You wanna run your mouth about my people's heritage, what was stolen from our ancestors in the Freedman's Bank? Oh yeah, we gonna put this fire on your ass with your master, Jim Crow, okay? Jim Crow Joe here, who set up here and historically signed all these executive orders for everybody except for us. But see, we're not done cooking yet tonight. Oh no, we're gonna keep the train rolling. We got to get into more, family. Yes, we do. Oh yes, because see, you know, some people don't remember these types of things, but I'm gonna refresh that memory. But see, we gonna make these people look very foolish when they get up and talking about, hey, we need to vote for her because she's a black woman. Yeah, right. Ain't nobody believing that shit. We need to vote for her now. Ricky Smiley and all the rest of them. Oh boy, like I said, boy, if y'all want that broadcast tomorrow, just let me know, man. I got it sitting in the pipeline. I will light his ass up. I got to give him the business, man. Oh yes, I do. But see, we got to remind you of the plan, because I'm saying plan. It was designed this way. Remember this meeting? Oh, we've all seen it by now, but see, we got to remind the shillbillies, okay? Yes, I said shillbillies. I came up with that term. Feel free to use it. You hear anybody else saying it, you know where they got it from. The shillbillies are telling us to shut up and just vote blue no matter who, okay? But see, Master Biden, and you already heard Dr. Clark Anderson speak on what we should not be doing. Master Biden already told you what the plan was, and we see it now. Had 4 years of this devastation, flooding this country with illegal aliens. And see, the thing about it, ironically, and I hate to see anything happen to anybody, but you flooded the country with them, and they mostly run around committing crimes on them folks. Oh, because they can't wait to get up here and get their hands on a little white woman. See, when you made Birth of a Nation trying to paint black men as some sex-craved, starved animals that just can't wait to dive on the white women, you actually should have been making a documentary about them, because we see who they keep targeting over here. Huh? Oh, yeah. They coming after your women. Thank Jim Crow Joe for that, white America. But see, I got to refresh my people's memory on this particular interview here. Let's let this play.
We cannot make significant progress on racial equity. This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Now, you heard it from the mouth of old Jim Crow Joe himself. He told you what the deal, and y'all gonna have to start working more with Hispanics. They make up a larger population than y'all do. This country isn't just doomed not because of African Americans. By 2040, white people gonna be the minority white. You know, you heard him. You heard him, Mr. Scranton, Ohio. Okay, yeah. The CC, you bisexuals, now does it make sense? Just see, I got to rub this into their faces, okay? Yeah, I got to dip my hand in some good old lemon juice and hot sauce and smack them right in the middle of their forehead so it drip down in their eyes. Just think if you would have listened to us in 2020, we wouldn't be in this situation now with the economy all fucked up. Huh? Yeah, this is your fault. We gonna lay the blame at your feet. We gotta get Trump out. Voting out of symbolism and fear. You big dummies, you. But see, we ain't done. Oh no, we ain't finished making a fool out of you yet. Oh yeah, we got to keep it rolling. See, I played the clip with Dr. Clark Anderson reminding us of what we should not be doing when all these other groups come in here that are anti-Black American, by the way. I want you to listen to this study right here, because see, sometimes the bisexuals are quite slow and they don't get it. Maybe they need to hear from some white folks' mouths. Just let this play.
In a recent presidential debate, one of the candidates talked about mass immigration, open border, being an enemy of Black American workers. Much of the media responded in just amazement that something like that could be said. It can't be. And as usual, experts were trotted out to say that basically what people can see with their eyes is just not true. You can go to impoverished communities in South Chicago and various Black communities, urban communities around the country, and you look at what's happening there, and basically the experts say, yes, but our econometric studies show us that that's not true. Your eyes are lying. You have lying eyes.
Now, let me pause this right here because, see, everything he's saying, it still falls in the line of people telling you what you experience, okay? Because the people in the communities, everybody knows what their experience is, okay? And what their financial situation has been like under these 4 years of this accursed Biden-Harris administration. And now, see, I got to point this out. I got to be that guy. Notice there's 2 white men on the panel and 2 Black women. Now, the sisters are going to be speaking, but damn it, the optics of this, there's just never any brother that you can have sitting down when you got the white man present speaking. We got to get out of that shit. See, we got to get to this point where, okay, in tandem, because we don't do the gender banging over here. We're talking about the optics of things and where we need to be headed as a people. When they go and select these women, if they was really on code, they'll be like, okay, look, if you're going to have me up here, you're going to have a brother up here too that's qualified to speak on these issues. And there's plenty, okay? Go get Dr. Sandy Darity. Go get Dr. Claude Anderson. Huh? Oh, there's plenty of people. I can keep going that are qualified for you to have Black men speaking up there on these issues. It should never be, okay, we're going to send the 2 white men. But when it comes to Black people, well, we're going to get your women to do all the talking for you. No, that's not what most of our women want either. We're in a time period where most of our women want Black men to step up and lead, okay? So this is the other thing that we're going to need the sisters to do when we see these women up here, no matter how qualified they are. Y'all going to have to get them like, hey, sister, when you up here with other white men, take brothers up there with you. You going to have to be the one to speak up. If they won't let them in the door, you need to be the one to say, listen, if you want me to speak, you better start letting qualified Black men come up here to represent our community too, because they are the leaders of our community. Okay? That's where we need to go with this if we're going to get on code the way we should as a people. Let's let it continue.
This has been going on for decades in terms of ignoring what mass immigration has done to Black communities. And one of the big lies is that low immigration does not help Black communities. And this is where it's important to know the history. We do have some, I think, an increasing number of people who actually are changing their mind, coming out and speaking. Sir Angus Deaton, a Nobel Prize-winning economist at Princeton, after a lifetime of referring to econometric studies and saying mass immigration is good for a lot of people and it has relatively small harm. He's come out and said, I changed my mind, I'm wrong. I'm busy looking at these econometric models instead of what you can see with your eyes. And he said historians have a better idea about what immigration does than does these high-level econometric studies. So it's important. We don't have to guess what would happen if we would lower immigration. We have had a couple of major pilot projects. One of the pilot projects was right after right after the Civil War. That wasn't a matter of having low immigration, but moderate immigration. Slaves were freed, and for about 10 years, Black Americans moved north, succeeded, rose the job ladder, started businesses, but in a deal that was intentional. In 1880, mass immigration was created in a whole new level. Of course, Reconstruction ended. The troops were pulled out of the South after 1876. And we went through a period of about 40 years of mass immigration in which not only did Blacks cease being able to move out of the South to go to jobs in the North, but Blacks in the North had to move back South. So that brings us to World War I. And I'll quickly just mention that World War I, Congress didn't save Black Americans on this, but I guess you could say the Germany and Italy did. But you had World War I, and World War I stopped the mass movement of Europeans into the United States. And so for 4 years, we had low immigration, and 500,000 blacks moved out of the South to jobs in the North because the Northern industrialists needed the labor. They needed the labor so badly, they sent recruiters throughout the South to recruit. I mean, can you imagine today, Kathleen, if the big businesses around America needed labor so badly that they would send recruiters into the job deserts of urban communities around America and be recruiting. But they don't need to recruit now because our government provides them with foreign workers.
Now, everything he's recounting, this was the history of our ancestors, not the Latinos, our ancestors, foundational Black American freedom. But see, let me give my family here a bit of homework I want you to do at your leisure if you're not familiar with this, especially you're a young Black person. And yes, this is some history. I'll type this in the chat room because this is also in conjunction to what he's talking about. I want you to look up what's called the Great Compromise of 1877, okay? I want you to look that up. 1877, the Great Compromise, because see, when you read that, if you're not familiar with it, you get back to me and tell me if you think that we shouldn't be stomping for reparations after you see what they did with that. I'm not going to even tell you. I know it. I want you to know it. Look up 1877, the Great Compromise. I'll put it in the chat room. I want you to bookmark that, and that's going to reignite your spirit to keep fighting for these reparations and everything else we're supposed to get once you read that in conjunction with what you're about to hear here when he gets back to it. Let's let him continue.
Now, World War I ended, thankfully, but high immigration began again. And in 1923, just to remind you, in 1923, we still had about 90% of the descendants of American slavery still lived in the states of the Confederacy. And let's not sugarcoat it. At that time, this was an apartheid system, a legal apartheid system, in which most of the local governments turned a blind eye to vigilantism, to lynching. Most people lived and worked in poverty, and they couldn't leave because there was no place to go to. But in 1924, Congress passed an Immigration Act that slashed immigration numbers. And for the next 40 years, we saw an amazing transformation of the African American population. We know what low immigration will do because we have the history of 1924 to 1965. It ended in 1965 because Congress started a new immigration program. They repassed mass immigration. More about that probably at another point. But the main point here that I would make about our history is that we don't have to guess. We don't have to do econometric studies. Historians can show us what happened. It's very interesting. In 1923, A. Philip Randolph, a leftist labor activist, one of the great Black leaders of the 20th century, he looked at what had happened with just temporary cuts in immigration. And he predicted that if we could have a long-term period of low immigration, he said that the Black Americans would experience better education, better housing, get voting rights, apartheid would end, and there would even be an end to lynching. And basically, over the next 40 decades, it was slow, but some of it was slow. The economic progress was immediate. But the civil rights happened eventually over those 40 years. So these are the things that we know can happen. Barbara Jordan came along, headed a commission in the 1990s. And that commission basically came up with a plan that was very, very similar to what Black editors were calling for in the late teens and the 1920s. And that was cut immigration way back and use that as the best black economic improvement program that you could possibly pass. Unfortunately, Congress turned its back to that, and we're still in the situation right now that, in a sense, it's not the same as 1923, but I tell you, or I could say in early 1924, but in 2024, in many black urban communities around the country, the prospects are about as dire as they were 100 years ago. And mass immigration is a major reason for that.
Now, you heard that, family. Dr. Claude Anderson said it. And so for the shillbillies that's sitting up here, well, Dr. Claude Anderson don't know this. Because some of them are actually disrespectful enough to say that about Dr. Claude Anderson. I'm like, no, that man does know what he was talking about. But see, for those, I had to put it in here and let the white man talk to you, huh? Now, maybe when the white man tell you, maybe you'll hear it now. Yeah, Zaddy saying it. He's telling you, okay? And it's common sense, because the more that you allow, first of all, people that's breaking the law to come up here, then you go and insult us by giving them our tax dollars, but you won't give us anything we needed. And then on top of that, you're going to actually have them dumped off in our communities like Chicago, okay, New York, other places where they're trying to do this around the country. Okay, and then you're going to tell us that we got to start working more with them. They even trying to make some of these people police officers because they recognize the anti-blackness, so that lets you know what time they on. But see, you bisexuals and shillbillies, oh no, you don't like me talking about that, because I'm hitting you with nothing but cold hard facts and history over here tonight, and present day facts. Not one illegal immigrant alien has the right to come here to America and receive taxpayer money at all. End of story. No, because we can't go do that. Name a country on the planet, anywhere, that we can go, okay, and come in there illegally, and then they give us their tax dollars and help us live off the backs of their people. You name one country. Is it China? Is it Russia? Is it any of the 54 African nations? Is it any place in Latin America? What about a European country? Somebody let me know. Can we go down to Australia? Where's the place that we can go illegally and they give us their citizens' tax dollars? But see, for you shillbillies, I'm not done yet, because see, I got to hit you with this as well, because see, this is where we're going to keep our focus going forward in the future. We haven't forgotten what we're supposed to be fighting for, and we're going to keep on grinding until the mission is complete.
That no other ethnic group has been a slave on American soil. That is one thing that other immigrant groups haven't had to face. The other thing is that the color became a stigma. American society made the Negro's color a stigma. America freed the slaves in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln, but gave the slaves no land, or nothing in reality, and as a matter of fact, to get started on. At the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base. And yet it refused to give its black peasants from Africa, who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years, any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. It was freedom to the winds and rains of heaven. It was freedom without food to eat or land to cultivate, and therefore it was freedom and famine at the same time. And when white Americans tell the Negro to lift himself by his own bootstraps, they don't look over the legacy of slavery and segregation. I believe we ought to do all we can and seek to lift ourselves by our own bootstraps, but it's a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And many Negroes, by the thousands and millions, have been left bootless as a result of all of these years of oppression, and as a result of a society that deliberately made his color a stigma and something worthless and degrading. White America.
And there you have it. We will continue on in the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Joseph Ben Yakinen, okay? We will continue on with the same energy and spirit of our grandmaster teachers that are still here, the Dr. Clark Andersons, okay? The Shahrazad Ali's, Dr. Joy DeGrue, Dr. Sandy Darity. Okay, look, I'll be here naming all night long. We may have slightly different ideologies from time to time out here in this grassroots work, but the one common denominator that we all agree on is reparations and anti-Black hate crime bill, and that we are not going to be a people bound by fear under a system of white supremacy. We're going to dismantle this system and replace it with a system of justice, and the only way that we're going to do that is by staying on code and not worrying about all the off-code people. We don't need them. They're done. They will be the authors of their own fate by their own stupidity, by way of their own choices that they make. All we need are the on-code few to march forward. It would be nice if we had more numbers, but we're going to work with what we got, and we're going to get things done. Over the course of history, there have always been situations where smaller numbers have been able to achieve big victories when they were well organized, on code, and determined to get the mission completed. That's where I stand on it here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So with that said, thank you to everybody that joined us, contributed to the broadcast. Okay, if you ran out of here when we had the little pew-tube monkey trying to stop the show, we will have the complete unedited version on Patreon, okay? And you can catch the rest of this if you want to as well, because we played the audio of it for the continuation, and you can find that interview on Vice that they cut it off. If you want to just see that without my commentary or anything, you can find that as well, and on the Art of Dialogue's channel if you want to, okay? But we're going to keep going until we get what we need to get. So I want y'all to take care of yourselves. Remember, we are a great and mighty people, and do not tolerate disrespect from anybody, because nobody here has earned the right to disrespect us. Black first, salute, and I will see you all in future content.